Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. Today is a guest that I've had on before. You've seen him around town. You've seen him on social media. Good friend of mine. We used to serve together. Local comedian, podcaster, has his own podcast. We'll check him out here. We'll go over that in a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Noah Vargas.
Hey, buddy. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. It's nice to be leaning up against a nice cold barrel. Yeah. So it's, thank you for having me back, dude. It's cool.
For sure, bro. Yeah, thank you for coming along. Yeah, man, we've talked about it a couple times since the last time we've had you on. Again, right before we started rolling, it was a typical Q&A format, which is usually the premise of this podcast, but my thing is, if I have a guest on over again, there's no sense in interviewing him again since we've already picked your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like you said, man, we're just going to fucking freeball this shit, go over some good times, have some good whiskey here. Shout out to my mom for bringing me back some good-ass whiskey from Japan. And, yeah, man, so how have you been? Let's go over life.
Yeah, I've been good. I mean, like I was telling you before, I just got back from being on the road, did a little run through Texas. That was a lot of fun. And then I've got a couple more dates coming up. It's in like 2 or 3 weeks. I have to look at my calendar that I have at the house. But, yeah, it's been good. Stand-up's been keeping me busy. Podcasting keeping me pretty busy. And then, you know, I'm just trying to stay as well-read as humanly possible. Like, this Iran war thing is fucking impossible to follow because there's no reliable information.
Yeah.
Like, the only source that I trust on this is, like, Dropsite and antiwar.com. Other than that, I don't trust anybody. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then, so, like, trying to stay up to date on that. I'm still trying to follow the Ukraine war, but nothing's really, like, happened there. It's the people, I mean, I think the last numbers that I read is that there's still, almost 1.5 million dead on the Ukrainian side, 1.2 million dead on the Russian side, so that sucks. And then trying to follow, like, local politics, because, like, because I'm sure you've seen his stuff. There's a local guy that does a lot of local politics. His name is Elias Cisneros, and he's a nice guy. I did a podcast with him. I don't know if he's going to put it out or not, but yeah, I went on his show. And, you know, I know that I should be following local politics, but, like, my argument's always been, like, well, if there's a nuclear war, none of this local shit's going to matter. It's not going to matter what's happening with the gross receipts tax if we get fucking nuked, which we are in the top 5 spots to get fucking blasted. Yeah. Anyway, so I've been so I did his show. I was like, man, I should really start following, like, the local stuff. And then I got, when is this going to come out?
In a couple weeks, bro.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
So if all goes well, by the time this comes out, I would have already recorded my podcast episode with Deb Holland.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
interesting.
I haven't told anybody. Well, I've told like 3 people this. I've kept it very quiet.
Yeah.
So by the time, because I'm recording it this Tuesday.
Awesome. Okay.
So I've spent like, oh God, I've spent an inordinate amount of time listening to her interviews and kind of just digging into like what really what was going on, not like nefariously speaking, but just like what's been going on with her at the like when she was the Secretary of the Interior under Biden, and then now that she's come back to New Mexico, she started as a congressman, got that, now she's back in New Mexico politics to be a potential governor. Right. She's gonna fucking win, unfortunately, but she's gonna fucking win.
That's what it's looking like.
Unless Greg Hull can really pull out a miracle, which like I want to believe in the guy, but like, and he's a very nice guy. I should be doing a podcast with him soon too. But like, I hope he can pull something out. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I try not to go into interviews with biases, but like, you watch. I've probably watched, like, which isn't much because she doesn't do a ton of open interviews. So including the congressional hearing and then like the major one that she got embarrassed at. And then her regular, like, interviews that she's done, I've watched maybe 4.5-ish hours of her, to maybe 5 of her speaking. Yeah. And, buddy, dude, it's concerning. Like, it's really, like, I'm not trying to be insulting, but, like, I'm having, like, whiplash from watching Kamala so much.
Right.
And because she has something to say a little bit about the environment, and she has a little something to say about education. Like, credit where it's due. She does have that.
Yeah.
But everything else, it all wraps up into we should have a restructuring plan, we should have a cohesive vision, and we should want what's best for New Mexicans.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, that, duh. But there's no substance to any of the answers. And like, and I'm very thankful for the interview. And from what I can tell, outside of that actual congressional hearing that she had when she was the Secretary of the Interior, they're giving me an hour with her. I'm going to have her longest recorded interview.
Okay. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I think if it all goes as planned and they don't pull out the rug from under me and they're like, hey, 30 minutes only, I should have her longest interview on record at least in the last 6 years, 5 to 6 years. So I'm doing my best not to fuck this up.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's really concerning. And then, because I have a general idea of how I'm going to do it, and I have a general idea of what I'm going to ask her about, because it's like stuff that's important to me, and then stuff that I've found is important to people around me in online discourse, and it's a nothing burger, but like there's no way I'm not going to ask her about Jeffrey Epstein. Like, I have to bring that up just because of like how my content has been and how critical I've been of the Trump administration, of how they've handled the Epstein files. So I have to ask her about that.
Right.
It's a nothing burger. There's really nothing there, but it is like, I do have to clear that up.
Yeah, it's important to ask those questions for sure.
Yeah, and it's not something that she should like I've seen her get visibly frustrated with it, and I can't tell if it's like, oh, they're fucking asking me this again, why are they, or if it's like a personal, because I would feel personal shame if I had any connection to him at all. And I guess for context, I don't want to bring something that's like basically, for people that don't know, so way back in the day, this is probably like not back in the day, this is like maybe 2012-ish, 2013-ish, I think. It's whenever Gary King was in office, maybe a little earlier than that. It's when she was a congressman, a congressperson, whatever. I know it's like the most woke podcast in New Mexico, so I need to like tone it down. I'm sorry. No.
Never.
So
unfiltered, bro. Have at it.
So when she was in Congress, she flew on a charter plane with Gary King, who at the time was the Attorney General. And the plane was chartered under one of Jeffrey Epstein's multiple companies that he had. Mm-hmm. And by multiple, I mean like 4. He wasn't a very smart guy. But the plane was chartered under one of his LLCs. And so she's on like the email saying like, hey, like from Gary King. It's either from Gary King or from Gary King's. I have the screenshots on my computer at the house. Mm-hmm. But it's like, hey, we're flying to D.C. I'm bringing along this congressman with me, blah, blah, blah. And that's the extent of it, truly. But from what I could tell, when it first came out, her campaign did the worst possible thing, and they stayed quiet for a little bit, but then they were like, she has no connection to Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, okay, that's not technically true. Like, and that's the thing, is like nobody was outright accusing her of like the worst crimes that were going on Rape Island. Like, nobody was accusing her of being a pedophile. Nobody was accusing her of being a rapist. Right. It was all just like, hey, why were you on the plane? That's all it was. Yeah. So I'm going to ask her about that. And then obviously like the stuff about, I'll save that towards the end, but like the data center stuff and how she's going to like tackle crime. My big question for both of the candidates, like truly, and this is going to be the most uninteresting thing to like the layman, but not to sound smarter than I actually am, but this is the most uninteresting question probably. But my question is like for Greg Hull, I already asked him this, but I'm going to ask him it again now that he's like 4 months out. Yeah. So New Mexico has a real problem with getting people out to vote. The United States has that issue, but New Mexico has that problem in spades.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's with the extremely lackadaisical voter ID laws, and just the barrier to vote is very thin. So in our last governor election, when it was Grisham and Weatherboy, they only had like 38% of registered Republicans vote.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and I think only like 56% of registered voters in New Mexico voted. Something like that.
Fucking crazy,
and,
bro.
yeah, and it's important. Like, this shit is so boring. Like, it's so boring to research, and it's so boring to read. And like, even like the juicier stuff, like the war in Gaza, or like the war in Ukraine, or this Iran stuff, or going back and looking at GWAT, or looking at World War II. It, like, even like the juiciers, it gets so boring after about 30 minutes. But you have to like look at this shit, and like. And it becomes useful because then when I go and the seldom times that I get into like, not debates, but like argumentative situations, both on and off the podcast with Republicans in this state, I'm like, I mean, you guys can complain all you want, but none of you people fucking vote.
Right.
So, like, you'll hear, like, so Mark Ronchetti, he has a podcast, and I was listening to his episode he did a couple days ago. I was listening to it yesterday. I was driving back from Santa Fe.
Yeah.
I was listening to it because he had Greg Hull on. And they were talking about how, well, we have all these issues, but we keep voting in the same people. No, that's not the problem. And that's like the mantra. I'm sure you've heard that, where it's like, we have these problems in New Mexico, but we keep voting in the same people. What are we going to do? That's not the problem. The problem isn't that you keep voting in the same people. The problem is that you're not voting. If we're going to believe that voting works, which I go back and forth on, but I mean, if you say, well, voting doesn't work anyway, well, then you don't have an argument. Like, you don't really have a conversation. You can't talk about any of these things, because then it's like, what, everybody gonna go kill the politicians? Like, what are we talking about, right? So if we're assuming that voting works, well, the problem isn't that you people are voting the wrong people. The problem is you're not voting, right? So then you go into the mayor election that we just had last year with Keller.
Yeah.
And it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
35% of registered voters in Albuquerque voted, and 46% of registered Democrats voted. So less than half of people that are registered in Albuquerque voted. So then in theory, if half of registered Republicans voted in the mayoral election, we'd have Darren White. Now, would he be doing a better job? Probably not. But it's what you claim would be better, is that if you voted in the other side, they do a better job. And there is an argument to be made that the local politicians may do a better job than the federal guys, but I don't believe it personally. But whatever.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, it's funny, like with the mayoral stuff, like Keller got a lot of shit recently, and understandably so, because he like betrayed his base or whatever. Because now they're starting to implement laws that are going to criminalize homeless people for the loitering, camping out, open air drug use, which I agree with. But like, his whole thing was, you can't criminalize being homeless, Darren White, and then he turns around and whatever. Yeah. So all of this to say, I spend a lot of my time reading. That's been my life lately. Is I spend a lot of my time reading that. My pleasure reading is comic books. I spend time with my girlfriend, and I play fucking a little bit of, now that they did those Black Ops ports, I've been playing that, and a little bit of fucking toxic ass League of Legends. That's what I spend my time doing. Yeah. I haven't been in the gym this whole year, and it sucks, but whatever. I'm trying to work on that. Yeah. But I eat all right, so whatever. But as I am having whiskey at fucking noon, whatever. Shit, yeah. But, so that's how life has been. Yeah. That's how life has been.
Hey man, there's worse out there, bro. Yeah. So how much time do you put into the? I know you said you do leisure reading with your comic books, which is a pretty cool thing to do, but
thanks. And then I work on stand-up fucking comedy. I also write stupid jokes, and I send out emails begging bookers to book me. Yeah. That's also what I do.
Yeah. So no, I've noticed lately, man, and you've been posting up every now and then too of like the increase. And I know it's not like the clout that you're looking for, the numbers, right? But you have been showing us that you have got a significant amount of followers recently.
Yeah, thanks for trying.
Yeah, man, that's good. Congratulations on the rise, man. You're rising on the ranks, rising up the totem pole, as they say.
Yeah,
so
it's the gayest pole that I could ride. It's so gay. I hate social media with every fiber of my being. But,
yeah. But that's what it is now, though, right? That's especially for your podcast and especially for your comedy journey, right?
That's the only reason. Like truly, like so in 2020, I feel like I know where you're going with this. So like with 2020, when like I was already kind of feeling it, and we all were. If we're all being honest, COVID got to us in one way or another.
Yes.
And I'm more than willing to admit that they had me for like 2 months.
Yeah.
From like March to June on specifically the virus. They had me. I was like, oh fuck, this might be it. And we've got I liked what Trump was doing. Like Trump won. I liked what he was doing until COVID. And then like when I saw everything going on, I was like, oh no, that's right. We have Trump. Fuck. Oh, we're fucked. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then it all went down the drain. And then Biden took the baton and made it even worse somehow. But they managed to make it worse. Anyway, so. But I was like freaking the fuck out a little bit, and then I felt my anxiety just going up, and then when the fucking Summer of Love happened and the George Floyd riots popped up, I was like, okay, I'm done.
My God,
I'm done with social media. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I deleted all my apps from like June until probably. Oh man, probably like September.
Oh wow.
Ish. Like I was done, dude. I was like, fuck, I'm so. But then I was like, maybe like middle to like late August, because I was like, well, I want to do something. Maybe I can do a podcast. And I was like, well, you need social media for that kind of thing. Okay, let's get back on social media. And then I started catching back up, and I was like, oh my god. So I was still reading the news a little bit, but not really. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got back on social media because of the podcast. But thank you for the kind words, but I mean, the only reason I do social media is because I need a following, specifically a following in the United States, preferably in New Mexico, of people over the age of 21 that are interested in stand-up comedy. I need that. So, because you need to push tickets and shit. So,
yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
So, with the journey that you've had with your podcast, because I know when you first started, which was amazing, man. You had a good start. You're still doing good too. You were only Kings then. And then I know you went through the whole structure change, right?
Yeah.
For marketing purposes, for promotional purposes, etc. Right? Opening your dimensions a little bit. What was the goal like for you? Getting the podcast, because I know we've talked about it, we've pieced it up a couple times off the camera, even on camera on the times that I've been over to your podcast. But what was the mindset and the goal of creating the podcast, rolling forward, and what was your 5-year plan when you started it? And then to caveat off that, same thing with your comedy journey, man.
So there was no plan, truly, in the beginning, it was just a fun thing to do, and it still is, but it's when I started, I was just like, okay, I want something to do. I just got back from the deployment, a little bit of time that I had spent in Bliss, and then I was working this fucking job that I was happy to have, but I hated it. And I was like, I want to do something outside of this. And at the time, it was, I still am, despite everything that's been going on. I was a huge fan of Rogan, and at the time, for me, it was that and bodybuilding. And I was like, well, I could spend my time bodybuilding, but I really think this podcast thing could be something I could be into, because I was like, I really like asking questions.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, can I find a couple people who want to do it with me, come on and be guests? I found that, and I kind of just rolled from there. And I was shocked that it went longer than 6 months.
Yeah.
And it was some help from, this is obviously the truncated version, but I got some help from friends with the tech and how to start and how to post on social media and how to shoot a podcast and how do you edit it and what do you use to edit properly. And I was happy to spend the money, and I still am, but kind of. But I was just like, okay, well, how do I make this as professional as possible? Because I looked at it and I was like, okay, what do I have readily available? After I had like my stimulus check money and then some friends that helped me out with like the buying me actual tech, I was like, okay, what do I have at my disposal? Okay, I don't have a professional studio. Okay, I'm not very experienced. Okay, I have great tech that can help out. And if I could go back in time, I would tell myself, stop spending money on making your space look good, but on behind the scenes, spend money on lighting. Holy shit. Like, that was never impressed upon me, even by the people that were helping me with, like, these kind of mics or these kind of cameras are good for a budget and whatever. The lighting is so important.
Yeah.
So, like, and I just barely got that together, like, a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Like, and like, 'cause I got, like, that big bulb that you would saw, but, like, I have, like, a hanging light now, and I have, like, a side light now that makes it look a lot better. And now I'm, like, teaching myself how to properly color grade and all that kind of things.
Yeah.
So, but anyway... So as I continue doing the podcast, I was like, well, I know that I'm good at talking to my friends. I'm getting a little bit better with strangers. But then with stand-up, that came into play. I've always been a huge fan of stand-up, but I had gone to a roast battle in town with my girlfriend, and this guy saw an ad for it, and I was like, oh, I grew up watching like the Comedy Central roasts. And that's where I found a lot of my favorite comedians, like even today. And so I was like, all right, well, what's a local thing like? And it was actually a lot of fun. Like, there's some bombs for sure, but like it was a lot of fun. And two guys really stuck out to me, Buck D and Jared Ostrom. And so I had them, I reached out to them. They were kind enough to come on the podcast, and both really good conversations. But Jared was like, hey, we have open mics like around town. You should come check them out. And around this time, I'm trying to remember the timeline properly, but like those podcasts happened, but then I went into my hernia surgery. I was still in the Guard. It's like my last year of being in the Guard. So I go into my hernia surgery, and I had a real bad taste in my mouth after bodybuilding happened. Yeah. And so like that put me down for a bit, and then I start recovering, and I was like, well, I can't really train. Like, I can go on walks, and like I couldn't even do push-ups, but I was just like, what can I do to like progress at? And so I was like, well, I could like start stand-up, I guess. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah. But what is that even like? So Buck D, for a very short amount of time, for anybody that knows him, this is very out of character for him. He went and started an open mic with another comic, A. Marie Castillo. And so I go to this mic a couple of times with my girlfriend at Inside Out, and I went to a couple at Red Door, and it was bad, which is fine. Like, now, like, that's what it's supposed to be, but I didn't know that at the time. I just knew it was, like, I thought it was comedians who knew what they were doing, trying out their new material. That is not what that was. What that is new material nights. That's an actual show at, like, a club or a local thing, whatever. An open mic is the Wild West. And I remember sitting at Red Door one time, and I'm not going to say the guy's name. He's not doing stand-up anymore, but he's insane. I think he's mentally, like, there's something wrong there. And, like legitimate, I think he's got something going on. And my chick went to go use the bathroom. He goes up. He's dying. He's screaming about nonsense. I remember texting her, being like, "Don't come back out here. Like, get another beer.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, like, get food. Like, do something. Don't come back out here." It was bad. Fuck. So anyway, so after one of the Inside Out ones, A. Marie comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, you're gonna do stand up next week." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing stand up. Like, I don't have 5 minutes. Like, I've never even written a joke. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing." And she goes, "Yeah, but you're coming to these and watching them. There's no point in coming and watching and not doing it. Just try it." And I was like, okay. So I wrote a couple of jokes, and they were bad. They were so bad. It's so racist too. Like, just so outwardly, like, borderline like borderline pro Hitler, like, or at least definitely pro Hitler's uniforms. But I thought they were funny, and so I go up. I do like 4 minutes, and I bombed so bad. But one joke, I will say this. I had one joke that got a laugh from this comic who I would eventually become friends with. His name's Steph Darnell. Very funny guy.
Yeah.
And I hear him, I do my punchline, and in the back, I just hear, ha ha! And I'm like, okay, I got unlaughed. That's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I get off stage, and I remember telling my chick, I'm just like, I'm never doing that again. That was horrible. That was the worst thing I've ever, like, that was bad.
Yeah.
And so Avery comes up to me, and she goes, hey, you're actually kind of good. And I was like, no, I'm not. Did you not? Like, she goes, no, like, you're good on stage. Like, you look confident, you look comfortable, you look like you're having a good time. You have no idea how to write a joke. But like you can like you've gotten over the first major hump that most comics go through, and I've seen this where it's like, and I went through it a little bit too, and I'm working my way out of it where you don't look like happy or like comfortable on stage, or you look nervous or whatever. Like their stage presence isn't there.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I have a little bit of that from the jump. And she was like, I have a show, the one you ended up going to, my very first one. Thank you for that.
Of course.
She's like, hey, I've got this show in like 5 weeks. Come do 5 minutes. And I was like, okay. I remember the look on my girlfriend's face when I told her that. And like, yeah, he's got booked for his show. I'm going to do 5 minutes on a show. And she was like, what? She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you were going through a lot of emotions.
Well, I was kind of just like, I mean, I guess. I mean, I'll trust her judgment. I know next to nothing about her, but like, I know that she's funny. I know she's been doing this for a long time, and I mean, all right, I'll do it, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so I went and did that show. It went okay for what it was, and then it was kind of off to the races from there. And then as it started progressing, and then like, you know, especially with Dry Heat, because that was like July of 2023. Mm-hmm. Dry Heat's already a thing because I went to their opening night before I even started stand-up. So Dry Heat's already a thing. I end up getting booked at Dry Heat for Zach Abeta's last show at the original location in March of the following year. Yeah, March of the following year. And I did really well there. Like, I did with horrible material. They were just a hot crowd. I know that now, but they were a hot crowd. And I had some jokes in there, but, like, I did really well. And I remember after that, just, like, feeling like I could run through a wall. Like I was so full of, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I want to chase, like, you know, like I've never done heroin, but like the purple dragon. I want to chase that purple, whatever that was. I want to chase that, and so, and I decided, I was like, well, if I'm gonna do this, I've already been going to open mics and bombing. I've met some cool people, but like I'm already going to open mics and bombing. If I'm going to do this, I need to like actually spend time figuring this out. And like, how do you actually write a joke properly, and how do you get better at this thing? And now, you know, it's just over 3 years that I've been doing it. I'm still considered a baby. Like the general rule of stand-up is it takes you about 10 years to find your voice on stage. And that's coming from pro comedians that not only decided to do it, but whenever they decided to do it, they decided early on that they're going to move to either LA or New York, where at the time there was a ton of stand-up opportunity. As far as like stage time goes, between open mics, little rinky-dink bar shows, and then clubs, eventually if you get there. Mm-hmm. Now it's completely changed. We can get into that if you want to later, but like it's changed a bit. But now there's not stage time. It's weird and gay, but like it, you know, that's coming from people that can do it almost every night. In Albuquerque, you have that opportunity, but it's mostly just open mics. And there's not a lot of like shows, so it's become obvious to me, and through a lot of like opportunity and luck that I've had, that like, okay, I need to go on the road now.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask when that started hitting you.
Like I need that became apparent to me at the end of 2024.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm not ready, quote unquote, but I need to go on the road because, like, especially at the time, it's gotten better for me now, thankfully. But with my day job, I had a gas card and basically free gas. So I was like, okay, if I can just get myself to the gig, I'll do the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care as long as it's under a 15-hour drive, I will do it. Like, I don't care. I'll go out and do it. Like, driving is whatever. Like, it sucks. It's fine. Whatever. I'll do it. And now I also have a company car. So there's literally no excuse. There is no excuse for me to not take road gigs if they're under, like, that's my limit personally, is a 15-hour gig. The only exception is if somehow I got a gig in, like, New York at, like, the Stand or, like, the major clubs there. Yeah. Then I will drive, like, 2 days to, like, get there, sleep in my car. I'll do that. That's fine. Whatever. And I've met some people in New York that I could, like, crash at their house, and that's nice. But, like, it became obvious to me because October of 2024, I go on the road to Ruidoso with Zach Abeda and Jake Otero at Inn of the Mountain Gods. And that was a great trip. And looking back on it, they really took a risk taking me there because traditionally that show is just like a two-man, like it would just be Jake, and Jake's good. So it'd be Jake doing like a 15 to 20-minute opener, Zach headlines, he's good at that, and then they pack up. But having a new guy cold open the show, that can ruin because then what happens is you have this guy bombing for 10 to 12 minutes, and then Jake has to go up there and reset the room, work really hard to make everyone forget that even happened.
Yeah.
Get the show on, and then, right. But so I go on the road. It goes well, thank God. It goes well. And then it was apparent to me that I need to go on the road. So then you go into 2025 last year, and I was like, all right, how do we go on the road? Okay. And by this point, I had already gone to Austin, and just for the podcast, not for stand-up.
Yeah.
And I met two amazing people out there, Allison Voidovich and Maverick McWilliams. And Maverick is from, he's from a small town. It's not Moriarty. He's from Mora? I don't know. He's from a small fucking town. Mostly grew up in Albuquerque. But a lot of comics in town knew him, talked to me about him on and off the podcast. I was like, I have to beat this guy. So I hit him up, and I was like, hey, man, I'm going out to Austin. I have a podcast. I've heard great things about you. Do you want to do it? We ended up doing a podcast. Great. And I scrolled through his page. I'm like, well, I'd like to have like an Austin comic on. I find her that they've worked together, and I hit her up. She was nice enough to say yes. I meet both of them out there. We get to hang out a little bit at some shows and like whatever beforehand. So I kind of get to know a little bit of who they are. We do the podcast. They both go great.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm good friends with them now. And so I was like, okay, I now have an inn in Austin. That's cool. I go and see the Mothership. And I go to the Mothership for like a local showcase on a Wednesday night, and it was all local Austin comics, like no big guys.
Yeah.
A couple fat guys, but no big guys. And nobody bombed. Like nobody. It was a banger. The whole, like, there's this guy, and I still want to, like, we've gone back and forth on social media, and I'd like to like do a podcast with him. His name's Dylan Sullivan, and he's popped off a bit now that his like Don't Tell special came out, and he's so funny. And at the time, it was really, and it showed me like the difference of how good you can really be, even on like an unknown quote unquote level.
Yeah.
At the time, I was writing a joke about drunk driving, and it was going nowhere, but I thought it was funny, and I was trying to figure it out. I go see that show. He does like 3 minutes on drunk driving, and he accomplishes everything that I wanted to. So I was like, okay, I'm scrapping this. I'm not even going to write this anymore because that was so, like, I thought I was going to pass out. Like, I had a headache because I was laughing so hard.
All right.
He's so good. Like, his entire Don't Tell special, it's like 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, and it's all about Denny's. It's literally just about Denny's. Like, he's so good. Anyway. So I was like, okay, I need to go on the road, and simply just because, like, that's where I want to get to eventually. is being on the road consistently. And I'm just looking at the landscape of Albuquerque, and I could already see the writing on the wall from how local comics act, what their perception and what their actual execution of Albuquerque was. At the time, Hyenas had not opened up yet, but just hearing what people had to say about Hyenas, I was like, okay, Casadas is going to do what they can for the locals, and they still are. God bless them. Mm-hmm. Hyenas, even if they fuck with the locals, they're only going to have their set of people for the locals. So that'd be cool, but I don't know. Like, we'll see. And that's exactly how that panned out. That's exactly how that panned out, is they have their little set of locals that they like and fuck everybody else, which is fine. Like, whatever. Like, run your business the way you want to. So I'm just like, okay, I need to find a way to get on the road, and especially after doing the first Casada show that you had went to with Caroline Ray, the feature act that was attached to her, CJ, who's a good friend of mine. We were actually talking last night.
Yeah.
We've become friends now.
Awesome.
Yeah. His situation, it should be the same way now that Caroline's going back on the road. He is her feature. Like, and he literally just told me, like, that I think it was like that Saturday we were talking about it when she was on stage. He was like, yeah, I was just doing like a spot at the Improv in LA, and she saw me and really liked me and was like, do you want to go on the road?
That's awesome, dude.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
So
dude.
Now I'm just like, I'm trying to get myself to the point over the next 2 years where if the magic claw comes down, either a club or a headliner that likes me or whatever, and goes, hey, I like you. You did great tonight. Do you want to go on the road with me?
Yeah.
And I can be like, thank you, Massa. And they take me with them. I can be ready for that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know for a fact that I can open and host wherever. I'm confident in that. I'm more confident that I can feature, which is like what you saw the last time we took Casada, doing 20 minutes. I'm more confident in that. I'm not too keen on doing feature on the road yet. I think I'll be there in about 8 months, maybe.
Okay.
Give or take, because it's a matter of writing more material and polishing it up better to replace a lot of the New Mexico stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Not that New Mexico is super heavy in my set. It's maybe about 5 minutes or so, but it's still a significant amount of time. So I want to be confident that I can replace that and whatever. So that's where I'm getting to myself now. And then even like when I went out to Austin this last time, I did a podcast with this guy, super nice guy. His name's John Carden. And do you know like who the Legion of Skanks are?
No, I don't.
No, so it's a podcast, and it's Louis J. Gomez, Big J. Okerson, and Dave Smith. Well, it used to be Dave Smith. He left because he's doing all his politics stuff and comedy still, but politics taking over so much of his time. So Big J. Okerson's a huge cunt. He's huge. And he's been on the road with Big J he's taking a break now, but he was on the road with him consistently for like 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and he told me the same story. He was like, yeah, I was at the Improv in Phoenix. Was it the Tempe Improv? Yeah, it was the Tempe Improv. And I got booked to feature for him. Big J really liked me and just took me aside and was like, all right, wherever you want to go next, I'm taking you with me.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
And that doesn't happen for everybody, obviously. But that, I just, not to sound like pompous, but I just see, if I keep working hard, if I stay at this the way that I've been staying at it, I see where the trajectory could go.
For sure, yeah.
And I see that could be a possibility for me. And I'm like, all right, if that opportunity lands itself, I need to be ready for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to position myself and work as hard as I can. Yeah, to position myself properly for that opportunity. And there's just been like really cool moments. Like, so I've done the Mothership twice, which has been awesome.
That's fucking amazing.
And they're in their little room. It's their open mic, but you have to get selected for it, and you have to fucking, oh my God, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, so it was funny. So last year, when I did it for the first time, was it last year? Because I did it. Yeah, last year. So I get picked for it. and it's a lottery system. It's 300 people sign up, and it's literally a lot. And even and not to like give away. There are some preferred picks. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
It's an open secret, but like they advertise it, and look, the store does it the same way. The stand does it the same way. Apparently, fucking what's the other one in LA? Not Laugh Factory, because I did Laugh Factory. I'm forgetting it. But there's another one in LA that's the same way, where it's you can sign up, but the door guys at the club can pick. If they know you're signing up, they can tell the booker, hey, that guy or that gal's really good.
Right.
Which, like, fair enough.
Okay.
Like, fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. I don't, like, it's fine. Like, if you're good and you've made those connections, and obviously I'm biased because I've followed this path.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, so I just get randomly picked the first time. Randomly picked. And have I said the story already on the podcast?
No.
Okay, so so it was me and my buddy AJ. We meet up with our buddy Josh out there, and so we go sign up for Mothership, and then we go sign up for Kill Tony, and we end up meeting who at the time was the producer of Kill Tony. We're having a conversation, we're just chopping it up because she was from Albuquerque. Well, spent some time in Albuquerque too, and I remember. I completely forgot about the Mothership because I was just like, I'm not gonna get picked. There's fucking 300 people. Like, that's not gonna fucking. All right.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
We're in Shakespeare's, which is the bar that they hold all the Kill Tony people. And my buddy Josh, we hear him sprinting up the stairs, and we look, and he's sprinting towards us. And he goes, "No, what the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Hi, Josh. This is the producer of Kill Tony." You fucking prick! I'm like, what are you doing?
That's cool.
No, I'm like,
That's
you're
cool.
cramping our style right now. He goes, you're on the Mothership, and I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, no, we don't have time for this. You're on the Mothership. You need to go down to Mitzi's. You need to get down there.
How the fuck did he find out before you?
So what they do is so you sign up at 5. That's a great question. So you sign up at 5:30, and they close signups at 6:15. They pick all the names. They draw all the names. And then they print it out on a paper, and they send the biggest security guard out, and he has it on a piece of tape, and he slaps it to the wall and runs away. And this horde of sycophants and narcissists and mentally ill Arkham Asylum patients swarm the paper, and they have their phones out, and they're taking pictures so that they can run away and look to see if their name is on it.
Mm-hmm. That's courteous.
So my name was on it. And he goes, you need to go down to Mitzi's. So I go, I check in, and I end up seeing another guy who I've now become friends with, and I opened for him in Arizona a couple months ago. His name's Cam Bertrand. He's currently fucking featuring for Matt Rife.
That is fucking sick.
In arenas. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I see his... Dude. Well, see, because, like, there's... And this is a good thing I really wanted to impart on this. I knew stand-up was going to come up, obviously. Like, there's mindsets that you can have. And obviously I'm biased, and obviously I've been very lucky. But, like, I heard this podcast from Matt and Shane, Matt McCusker and Shane Gillis. And funny enough, it was the podcast that they did after he got canceled. And he was like, okay, but you people have to admit, even if you hate me, you have to admit that I'm kind of good at this. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like, okay, I've been very lucky, and I've had opportunities that a lot of people don't have. And I'll get into another one in a little bit, but, like, so I want to be transparent about all this stuff, but, like, especially for where I'm at, only 3 years in, I'm kind of good at this. Yeah, I'm kind of okay at it. I'm not amazing. I'm not proficient. I'm not even I'm not professional level at all. But for a beginner, I'm not bad.
That's the confidence you gotta got, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bad, and so I bring all that up to say, like, I'll be sitting in my condo after, like, a local show that I've done, or, like, an open mic, or even, like, the Casadas. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I fucking killed it at Casada. I did fucking 20 minutes. And then I open my phone, and I see this motherfucker just perform for 50,000 people with Matt Ryan. And he's told me stories that I won't repeat. And I'm like, okay, like, it's possible.
Right. He started where you started.
Yeah, like, and yes, like, he's done some amazing things. He's been doing it for, like, 12 years, and he did, like, America's Got Talent, and he's done a lot of really cool shit. but like it's possible. Like this shit is possible if you just get lucky, keep working at it, whatever. Anyway, so I remember I'm hanging out with him, Cam. I'm hanging out with him in the mid-seas. We're catching up a little bit because we had literally catching up. We had literally just met 2 nights before.
Yeah,
that's how nice this guy is. So we talked for a little bit. He's like, all right, well, good luck, man. So we go back. We're going over our stuff. They call us into the mothership, like the actual like room, and we're sitting in the back, and they're calling us up, and everybody's bombing, dude.
No shit.
Everybody is bombing. It's a hard room. So the host of the mic, who I've also become friends with, Nicholas Sapeglia, good guy, really good guy. He goes up there because the way they set up the mic is they do it on Sunday nights before the local showcase. So they're doing the open mic. They already seat like 20 to 30 people, but they're doing it as they're seating the rest of the room. And Nick goes up there and he goes, all right, this is the open mic portion of the show. You're going to see seasoned comedians that are like pros and they're touring and they want to like be a regular at this club. You're going to see some up and coming comedians that want to become door guys. And then you're going to see some absolute psychopaths. So that'll be fun. And no pity laughs. We don't do that shit here. If they're not funny, don't fucking laugh at them. All right, first person.
I love it.
First 4 people.
Fuck yeah.
First 4 people go up. Bomb. Including a very funny guy. His name's Zako, whatever. I had done a show with him 2 nights beforehand where he murdered. Lit the room up, right? Kills. This guy clearly has been doing it. I think at the time he'd been doing it for like 9 years or something like that.
Okay.
He murdered.
And you're talking about another spot he murdered in Austin?
Yeah, in Austin.
All right.
He goes up there and eats a dick. They just don't like him. And I'm watching this and I'm just like, I'm so fucked.
Yeah.
Like this is insane. So I go up there. It was fine. Like my punchlines got laughs, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And I got out of there and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just got laughs with the mothership.
Yeah,
I'm like 2 years in. I don't give a fuck. I'm having a great time. And then I see Cam later on that night at a different comedy club. And I was like, hey, man, how'd you do? And he's like, man, fuck those people, bro. They don't know what they like. I don't know what's going on there. Fuck these people. I'm going on the road next week anyway. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, yeah, bro, that's the mindset. I get it. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. So anyway,
fuck.
So then what ends up happening is like, I come back home and because this is trying to get my years right. Yeah, this is 2025 still. And literally like 2 months after I get back home, maybe. It might have been around the same time, but like maybe 2 months goes by. And this is just life, dude. Like this is just like the positive cards that life can play you. So I get a new boss at work. He eventually ends up coming down. Yeah, I get a new boss. I don't think he comes down to Albuquerque until January of this. No, because I did Plano last year. When did I do the mothership? Did it all happen that fast? I'd have to look at like pictures or some shit, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna look at some pictures really quick because I posted on my Instagram when I did the mothership for the first time. Dude, timelines can just get fucking weird sometimes.
It was like mid last year, wasn't it?
I thought it was. So that's okay. That's that, and then okay. So yeah, there's the list with Zako and Cam and me. Nick is the host. Okay, so this is June of 2025. That's when I do the mothership. Okay, so at some point last year, because I did Plano last year. So at some point last year, I end up getting a new boss, and he ends up visiting because he's based out of Arizona, And so I thought I posted about Plano. Okay, anyway, so I end up meeting him, and he comes down to Albuquerque, and we're just talking. He's a former Army guy. I think he was like a sergeant major or like a first sergeant or something like that. And we're talking, and he goes, "What do you do in your free time?" And I'm like, "Oh, I do stand-up comedy. Like, I'm trying to do stand-up comedy."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You do stand-up?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "For real? Like, do you actually do stand-up?" And I was like, "Oh, this conversation's like going somewhere. Oh, a small child has opened the door."
It's probably one of my kids.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know about you Republicans and them save the kids nonsense, but anyway.
Yeah,
anyway, so he goes, and they like clicked, and I was like, "Oh, this might be going somewhere." So I was like, "Yeah, I do stand-up." Yeah. And he goes, "Huh. Well, one of my like longtime best friends runs a comedy club chain." And I was like, "No, he fucking doesn't. Come on, man." And he goes, "No, for real. It's called Mic Drop Comedy. Have you heard of it?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." And this is like one of the, as far as comedy club chains go, this is the fastest growing chain in the country right now.
Okay.
Like, it's them, and then like Riot in Texas is doing really well, and then that's really it.
Okay.
Because it's hard to run a comedy club, and it's a bunch of inside baseball. It doesn't really need to be talked about, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's hard to grow a comedy club. So he goes, "Do you want me to put you in touch with the owner? I can get you booked." And I was like,
yeah.
"Yes, please. Thank you." So he ends up getting me in touch with the owner of Mic Drop. And at the time they have 3 locations. They just opened their 4th in Detroit. But they've got one in Plano, Texas, one in Chandler, Arizona, which is basically Phoenix, and then one in San Diego. And so he puts me in touch with them. I email Casey, and I thought this was like a general manager or like a manager. No, this is like the owner. The owner of the, like you don't talk to the owner, and this is funny, this is what Casey told him. Like, you don't talk to the owner until you're like headliner, like nationally touring headliner with credits, and like that's how big this guy is.
You
like,
got the plug, man.
Yeah, like that's the hierarchy. So then, and it's funny because like we went to dinner that night, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll put you in touch." And I was like, "Yeah, just like email, phone number, like, doesn't, like, however he's comfortable."
Right.
And so the next day, he gives me his email, and he goes, "Yeah." So I talked to Casey, and I was like, "Hey, do you want me to give him your phone number or your email?" He goes, "Email." I don't know who this fucking guy is. He could be a psychopath. And I guess he asked him, like, how like big does he have to be normally? Like, if I didn't meet him, like, how big does he have to be to talk to? He goes, "Yeah, he has to be a headliner."
Right. Yeah.
Like, nobody else talks. I don't talk to openers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you got the plug, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
which is like the nature of the beast. Like, it's not him being pompous. That's just how it goes.
Right. Yeah.
Like, he has management under him and bookers under him, that whatever. So they take a chance on me, and they're like, "Yeah, we've got this Wednesday night in Plano with this headliner. Her name's Chloe LeBranch. She needs an opener." And I was like, "Okay." It shows you how small of a world comedy is. I go out there, and her opener or her feature act is Riley Gilmore, who is a Mothership door guy who just got done doing Albuquerque with a couple other Austin people the year prior, and he had done my podcast. So I was like, "Oh shit, it's fucking Riley. Good guy, whatever. We have a great show. Everyone does well." And the club was really happy with me. Thank God. Again, being prepared for moments when they come.
Yes, sir.
So thankfully they liked me. And so flash forward, in March of this year, I did San Diego. That was a lot of fun. And then did well there too, thankfully. And then in April, was it April? Yeah, end of April, into May-ish, it was May. I did Arizona, where I opened for Cam.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you would have told me this after my first open mic, hey, in 3 years, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and I want to brush over this. So I went to the fucking Comedy Store. So in December, me and AJ, we ended up going out, my buddy AJ here, we ended up going out to LA. He ended up having to leave early, but I stuck around, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm here. I did one podcast with this guy. His name's Mark Ellis, and I've been a fan of this dude for a long time because he's like in the movie commentary space. And so I had been watching him on like Collider and like Collider, new movie talk, and all this crazy stuff on the internet when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
So I get to do a podcast with him. He's a very nice guy. We become friends, which is insane to me, and it's insane to me because I've like been a fan of this dude for so long.
Yeah.
And we have a good time, and then he was like, "What do you got going on for the rest of the week?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, it's Tuesday, so I'm gonna go to the Laugh Factory, try to do their open mic, and then tomorrow I'm gonna try to do the store, and then I'm out on Thursday." And he was like, "All right, yeah, that sounds about right. Just let me know how that goes." I was like, "Yeah, I will."
Okay.
And so I figure, well, it's Tuesday, and the way the Laugh Factory is set up is on their website. It said the first 10 people, the first 10 people in line to sign up for the open mic are guaranteed stage time.
Fuck yeah.
Other than that, it's a lottery. So I was like, well, I've got nothing going on, so I'm going to go fucking wait. So I go, I find parking that's like $3 an hour or something like that. And thankfully, and it's like 3 blocks down from the Laugh Factory. It's on Sunset. I walk up. I'm like, is there even anybody in line? And the mic sign up is at 5:30. Yeah, sign up begins at 5:30. I get there at like 2:30, 2:45. Okay. You have to fucking do stupid shit like this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, you have to. So I go and I'm like, where? Like, this is the Laugh Factory, but there's like nobody here. Am I delusional? Am I retarded? Like, what's going on?
You're the first one there.
So I stand there. 30 seconds goes by. This lady comes up and she goes, "Hey, are you a comedian?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, okay, me too. Yeah, I got here like 20 minutes ago. Like, nobody was here, so I didn't know if okay, I'll get in line." So, okay, sounds good. Yeah, just get in front of me. I don't care. So, but I was like, okay, first 10, I'm number 2. I'm not a numbers guy. I think I get stage time. Okay. Thank God my phone is charged. So I'm just chilling. Not even 2 minutes go by and 15 people line up.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, I'm not insane. Either I'm insane and they are too, or like this is how this shit is in Los Angeles. All right. Okay. So we're hanging out. Absolute fucking psychopaths I'm talking to, and dude. I'm not going to say his name, but there's a guy that I followed and he followed me back, and I see the stuff that he posts and I'm like, hey, you got to hang it up, dude. You've been doing this shit for like 9 years, and this is what you're posting, dude. You need to hang it up. Like, but maybe he blows up one day. Like, I want everyone to win. Like, true. Well, yeah. I want people that work hard and are funny to win. And he works hard, but you can dig a hole with a spoon, or you can dig a hole with an excavator, dog.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, just So anyway,
got it.
Anyway, so there was a real eye-opening moment to me, and it was sobering. And I don't tell this moment as like a, because I really think about this a lot. Like, I don't say this as like a look at what I'm doing, but like I say it's like, oh shit, you can end up there.
Yeah.
Do everything you can to avoid that. And and that's the thing with like, because this is technically it's stand-up comedy, but it's still show business. And like, there's so many things that are out of your control, both positively and negatively, that you have to work so hard to control what's in your control.
That's the most important thing.
And like I said earlier, I can control my work ethic. I can control what I write about. I can control where I drive to, all of those things. I can't control meeting the guy who runs Mic Drop. Mm-hmm. I can't control, like, people saying yes to doing my podcast. I can control asking. I can control how I ask. I can control, like, because you'll hear this thing, it's like, be a good hang. And it just basically means just be kind and be nice. And you can control that, but like, thankfully, I can't control like who I like who I am inside it. Inside, I can like change and work on. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, because I'm not. I'm kind of like not a good person, like, honestly. But like, I try to like be the best version of myself as I can at all times, and just be kind to people and be loving and like I don't talk about religion a lot, but like be like a follower of Christ. I try to be that.
Yeah.
I try to be that. And so much of how you progress in stand-up, I've found, is how people think of you. It's not even how you treat people. It's a huge part of it, but it's how they think of you. That's just how it is, dude. And you can't. But that's like also in business and whatever. But like, it's just how it is. And so I see this guy, and we're talking, and he seems nice enough, but he's very much like he carries, not like he runs the town, but like, oh, I've been around for a while, so this is how I do it, and this is how, you know what I mean? He speaks from a place of authority, but I have no idea who this guy, clearly nobody else knows who this guy is, but he like, whatever, he's like, yeah, I've been doing it for however long, and, you know, when I used to run this, I would do this, and then when I...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And the beginning of the sentences are always when I used to.
Right, very narcissistic.
But it's also all in the past tense. Was like, what are you doing now? Because, buddy, like, I haven't said how long I've been doing it quite yet in this conversation, but I'm also thinking to myself, okay, but I've been doing it for 2.5 years and we're in the same line.
Yeah.
So for this moment in time, nothing's different. Yeah. You know what I mean? So anyway, so we're talking and he's like, well, what about you? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from Albuquerque, and yeah, me and my buddy, we were in town for a few days. He had to leave, but we've had and I didn't understand what I was saying when I was saying the specific part, because what had happened is we had showed up the Monday before. Literally the Monday before is when we showed up, and like I drove through the night, slept a little bit in my car, but drove through the night, and I literally, like, my first stop in Los Angeles was the Comedy Store. Yeah. Like, I just went straight to the Comedy Store because I had seen it before, because a couple years prior, me and my girlfriend, we had gone to San Diego to visit my family, and then we had went to like Universal. And I was like, hey, look, this is literally 40 minutes out of our way, but can we just, like, see the Comedy Store? Yeah. And we went, and I was like, yeah. Oh, that's it. Like, that's the place where, like, these fucking psychopaths I look up to came out of. Like, this is the place. Okay. And so we get to the Comedy Store, and I'm looking at it outside of a moving vehicle. I'm like a psychopath. Have you driven in Los Angeles before? Have you driven?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
You know how bad that traffic is at all times, even on Sunset. So it probably took us 15 minutes for me to look at it 3 times. Yeah. Like in a moving car. You know what I mean? And so I'm out of the car and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh fuck, like this is the place. Okay. Yeah, let's hope this works out. Okay, cool. And we had met a guy the year beforehand in Austin. His name's Nitty, very funny guy. He opens up for Russell Peters every now and again. Super funny guy. And he's an unpaid regular at the Comedy Store. And we hit him up. AJ hit him up that we were going. And he was like, okay, sweet. Like, let me know when you guys are in town. So I'm like an hour out of town, and AJ goes, bro, I'm doing the Comedy Store. I'm like, what happened? And he goes, Nitty is going to hook me up for Potluck, which is their open mic. Like, Mothership took the idea from the Comedy Store, because obviously it's Rogan. So Rogan basically built the Mothership in the style of the Comedy Store. Yeah. So they do the same. It's their open mic. So I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you're doing the fucking... I was like, you better be funny. Yeah. This is your first impression. Don't fuck this up, dude. Like you can do it. You are funny, but be funny. Like, fucking be funny. So we get there, and Nitty was like, oh shit, yeah, no, I forgot your... It's like, dude, why didn't you message me? I would have gotten you on Potluck. And I was like, what are you gonna do? It's fine, whatever. Yeah. And so we get in there, AJ does well, and, you know, we're hanging out with a bunch of comics, and I fucking just... I loved being in the Comedy Store. Like, the moment that you tell the door guys, you have to be nice, obviously. You can't just be like, I'm a comedian. But, like, you go in there, the moment you tell the door guys, I'm a comedian, it's like, oh, what's up? Good to see you. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Al. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Yeah, come on in. Oh, you want to hang out? Yeah, totally. Hang out in the back. You're cool. Yeah. And I just hung out in the back of the Comedy Store that night for probably 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Dude. Just watching, like, local stand-up, the local comedians, watching some of the headliners work on their material. Like, it was great. Yeah, and I just sat in the back, paid for my parking over and over, and just like watched some great stand-up. And so anyway, so I'm having this conversation, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from Albuquerque. Me and my buddy are in town. We went to the Comedy Store last night. He did Potluck. He did really well. It was so cool. I don't know what I'm saying as far as the importance of what I'm saying. Of my buddy just did Potluck.
The look on this guy's face just shuts down. And he goes, your buddy did potluck? I'm like, yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was like his first time signing up. He goes, man, I've been signing up for potluck for 8 years. I've never gotten it.
Holy fuck. Bro, what the fuck? That is crazy, bro. The opportunities, bro.
If it wasn't already obvious, like, look, you can, like, for military terms, you can have combat multipliers, right?
Yeah.
Me meeting the guys from Mic Drop, meeting these people in Austin, meeting people in LA, those are combat multipliers for sure. But if you don't have them at the time, find them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like find them. And what that statement tells me, combined with how he was carrying himself, is you think you are deserved this. And I've met a lot of people like that. I've met people like that are just starting like me, and I've met people that have been doing it for 15 years, where they believe they are deserved everything in the world when it comes to stand-up comedy, and you're just fucking not. And I'm sorry, like, I'm not deserved anything. I don't care. It doesn't matter how much work you put in or how much time you whatever and how many miles you drive and what you sacrifice or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You don't deserve anything. Every time you get on stage, every time you send an email, you are re-earning these things over, and that's just life in general. But, like, it's not like getting tenure at a company or like whatever. Like, it's, you have to re-earn it every time. And like, what that tells me is not only does he feel like he deserves it, it tells me he's done nothing to network, or worse, he's tried to network and people don't like him. And if that's the case, buddy, fucking, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Like let me give you a great example of like where I've ran into that. So I wouldn't say the main booker of Hyenas doesn't like me. I think he's neutral on me. But I know for a fact he thinks that I'm not ready for that club, which is fine. Do I agree with him? No, because I've done the club before and I've done very well. But he does not think that I am ready to be booked to open for their headliners, which is fine. Like, dude, that's totally fine. Like, he's running his business the way he wants to. If he has and the reason that I think that it's not that he doesn't like me, he just thinks that I'm not ready, is because we've gone back and forth over email very respectfully, and he's been respectful to me mostly, and he's broken down for me, like, he's given me the study guide of what they're looking for. And that was an eye-opener to me, where I was like, oh, okay, like, this guy can tell me no, but he can tell me why, and he's giving me a thing to work for if I want this club.
Yeah.
Hyenas is not going to make or break my career, but I want to play that club and whatever, so, like, fine. Like, I will work towards that. That's totally cool. That's like, I'm not getting told yes left and right. I actually get told no more than I get told yes.
Yeah.
But that's what that tells me, is, like, that guy either was not networking or he tried to network and nobody liked him. And, like, sorry, bud. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. So anyway, so I felt really bad. I genuinely, I felt, and I still do. I don't know his name. I think it's like Justin or something. But, like, I hope he's doing well. Like, for real. Like, I hope he's, like, figuring his shit out. But, like, that sucks. Like that sticks with me sometimes.
And that was a local Austin dude over there?
No, that was in L.A.
Oh, okay. L.A.
That was
My bad.
No, yeah, that was in L.A. outside the Laugh Factory. I know I'm jumping around a lot. But, like, L.A. outside the Laugh Factory. And I just, like, that really sticks with me, dude. Like,
yeah,
because,
for sure. That opens your eyes, dude.
yeah, because I look at that and I'm like, oh no. Like, you can, like, it's actually more likely than not that you end up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is.
Hey Warriors, before we get back into today's episode, I want to take a moment to share something really meaningful. Life can get heavy sometimes, whether you're a teenager figuring out your place in the world, a family trying to stay connected through challenges, or a service member transitioning back to the civilian life. It's not always easy to navigate those moments alone, and that's where the Rock Family Therapy comes in. They're a veteran-owned practice dedicated to helping people just like you, people facing real struggles, real emotions, and real turning points. Their team offers compassionate, personalized therapy for adolescents, families, military personnel, and anyone working through trauma. What I love most about their approach is they truly listen. They take action and they help you transform. No judgment, no one-size-fits-all solutions, just a safe, supportive space where you can heal, grow, and regain control of your life. If you've been carrying something heavy, this would be your sign to take that first step. You don't have to go through it alone. Check out the Rock Family Therapy and start building a brighter future one step at a time. Mention that you heard the sponsorship on my podcast and you'll get your first session free. No obligations. All right, let's get back to the episode. What's up, Warriors? Before we jump further in today's episode, I've got a story you need to hear. It starts back in 2010 with a guy named A.G. Gregoroff hiking through the San Diego backcountry. In the middle of nowhere, his flip-flop blows out, the strap snaps, he's stuck, so he does what most people wouldn't. He rigs it back together with paracord just to make it out. It works, but barely. His feet are torn up, bleeding, and that's when the question hits him. Why isn't there a flip-flop actually built for real life? So here's where things get interesting. Not long after, he's in Japan working as a military contractor, and he goes deep into the jungles of Okinawa looking for a master leather craftsman. No joke, this turns into a decade-long obsession with building the toughest, most durable, best-looking flip-flops you can imagine. Now we're talking full-grain American leather, handcrafted, built to handle mountains, deserts, everyday wear, whatever you throw at them. At first, it was just for him. Then his jiu-jitsu team wanted some. Then his other military guys wanted some. Then athletes. And suddenly, this thing just blows up and gets a name. Toehold. And today, it's grown into a brand out of Las Vegas that's basically flipping the entire footwear industry on its head. While everyone else is making cheap disposable stuff, these guys are building something that actually gets you where you need to go. And it gets better with time. So if you're tired of replacing your flip-flops every month and you want something that's built with intention, built to last, and honestly just looks incredible, go to shoptoehold.com and get your gear today. You can also get yourself a wallet, a key fob, caps, rash guards, and much more. All right, guys, let's jump back into the episode.
Yeah, man, but that's the thing too, and like you said, it's with everything, man. If you really want something, right, you're gonna continue to do whatever it takes and keep pushing at it. And the very first show, the very first open mic you had, I can only imagine how many potential comedians could have came out of that if it didn't, because a lot of them make or break it, right?
Yeah.
Like they probably got so much shit that they didn't even fucking go after that. They probably never did another open mic again.
There's a lot of people like that, for sure.
So I know for sure that there's a lot of make or break dudes, and then the potential they could have been the next best comedian had
True.
they kept going.
But there's also a very, so you are correct. Like you are correct. Like there's a lot of people that have it in them, but maybe they just don't know how to find it. But I've also been very lucky, if it's not already apparent, that early on, literally since day zero, I've had people that are willing to say, "Hey, keep going.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Hey, you're actually kind of good at this, dude." Like if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be here. Like for real. Like the act of just like, and that's for free. Like you can do that and I try to do that for people. Like I don't want to lie to people. Like I'll never lie to somebody like, yeah, that was really good when they fucking sucked. Mm-hmm. But if I see something that's pretty good, I'm like, hey, that was actually like, you're fucking like I try to go out of my way when I can to tell people I think they're funny. Like I know how much that means. Mm-hmm. Like, I know what that means, right? So if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be here. Like for real. Like I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today to the degree that I am if I didn't have that literally on day zero. And then also for the support of when my girlfriend's been real supportive of what I'm doing, and I know it doesn't make her like the happiest person on the planet when I go on the road or whatever, but she understands why I'm doing it. And to be quite fucking frank, it helps that I'm good.
Yeah.
It helps that I'm good at what I'm... Like, if I was going on the road to headline, she would probably be like, what are you doing? You don't have an hour. But the fact that I'm going out to do opening and like some feature and some blah, 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 it's like, okay, he's good at what he's doing right now, and he's building towards the thing and like whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that really, obviously, that's a huge helper. Like, obviously. So... talk about doing like whatever it takes. So we're at the Laugh Factory, and the booker comes out, this big fucking 6'4", easily like 300 pounds Australian guy. Like, all right, I can't really do an Australian accent. Like, all right, this is the Laugh Factory open mic. Now I know the website says 10, but today only the first 5 are guaranteed. And I was like,
fuck.
Oh, thank God I'm number 2. So he brings us in, and we're all signing up. He brings us in. And they start out with the people that get called back, meaning they did really well on their first, on the last, because you're auditioning for the club.
Yeah.
I should have made that clear with the mothership, why the mothership is so important outside of just doing a great club. You are auditioning for the booker.
Yeah.
Like, if you do well enough, maybe not that first time, but if you do well enough, they will ask you to come back. And if you do well enough again, they may ask you to come back again. Or they could just be like, you can call in for unpaid spots. Or you can fucking, hey, we have a door-to-eye position open, you can interview for it. And your interview's another spot.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a sit-down interview. It's like, do you have a fucking whatever? Can you blah, 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 blah. But it's like, I'm sure it's another spot. And it's like, you are auditioning to change your life. Mm-hmm. If stand-up comedy is really what you want, which for a lot of people it's not, and that's fine. Like, that is okay. Like, it's okay if you just want to do open mics or local I know, and that's what kills, like, a side note, like, that's what kills me. Like, I'm not going to say who, but there's some local comedians that could be fucking phenomenal and are phenomenal, but they're cool with just doing open mics and local shows, and it fucking bothers me to no end. And I'm trying to let it not bother me because it shouldn't. It's their life, but I'm just like, I see what you could be, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's one guy I'm thinking of in particular, and I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. I've had this conversation with him. Like, the dude could be the next, like, Rory Scovel or, like, Mark Maron, or, like, he could be something fucking cool.
Yeah.
And he just wants to do locals. And it's like, all right, dude. Fucking do what you want. Anyway. And he's also made some life decisions that make travel kind of hard, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Dewey's suck. But anyway. So they do the callbacks for people who did well, and they're coming back to formally, like, they understand they are performing, and if they do well, this is in their cards now. So they go up, they do pretty well, and you're like, oh yeah, that's why they got called back, obviously. And then they go into the open mic portion, and I go up second, technically fifth, but second, and dog, I murdered. I was blown away. And I only did 3 minutes.
Okay.
3 minutes. Murdered front to back.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I was like, okay, that was fun. But I was like, all right, like, but I know that I'm not going to get called. It's fine. It's totally okay. I'm just glad that I did well.
Yeah.
Because these are like markers that I remember, like when I get nervous or I'm just like, why am I doing this? I'm like, all right, because I did really well at the Comedy Store. I'll get to that.
Yeah.
I did well at the Mothership. I did well at the Laugh Factory. Oh, that's right. Okay, right. Continue. Okay. So I'm like, okay, sick. And the open mic goes through. People do well. People suck. Whatever. It's whatever. And the Australian guy gets up there. He's like, all right, we have the callbacks. Da-da-da-da-da-da. My name doesn't get called. I'm like, all right, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Genuinely, it's fine. Like, I just did well at the Laugh Factory. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then the booker's assistant hops on stage, hands him 2 names. He goes, oh, they're all right. Noah Vegas. And I'm like, close enough. I'm like, close enough.
Oh, shit, dude.
So I get called back, and I'm like, oh no. Because I don't want to move to LA. But now we're like...
I don't blame you.
Like, because we were at a 5% possibility of success, and now we're at like 50-50. Like, this is how quickly these pendulums swing.
Yeah.
Now we're at 50-50. Oh, no. So then I'm like, okay, like, what do I do? Like, do I like... Well, I'm at least going to go say thank you. I'm going to go say thank you. So everybody leaves. Well, actually, they kick everybody out. And I see the couple of guys that get called back with me. They're talking to the host, the booker, the door guy, and one of the GMs. Mm-hmm. So I go over, the booker's assistant. So I go over there, and I'm waiting patiently. I'm just standing removed from them. I'm just kind of waiting. And the booker's assistant, a little tiny guy, he like looks through 2 of the comedians, points at me, looks at the GM, and goes, he's funny. And I was like, am I funny?
Yeah.
I'll put my chapstick on. Wait. So the other comics, they finished the conversation, and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate it. This is my first time here. what do I do? And the booker's assistant goes, oh yeah, this is Noah Vargas. Yeah, he's really funny. And the Austrian goes, oh yeah, he's a funny lad, or something like that, right? Or a funny chap or whatever. And the GM and the host was this older guy named Frazier, very funny guy. He shakes my hand. He's like, oh yeah, you're really funny, like good job. And the GM goes, all right, well, just be back same time next week, and we'll see what kind of comedian you can be at this club.
Yikes.
Yeah. And the host, he shakes my hand again and he goes, dude, you're really funny. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, me too. So then I leave. And I'm like, all right, I live 14 hours away. What do I do? So I call my boss. Because my boss knows that I'm out there and he's letting me work remotely and because he's awesome. And
yeah.
And he goes, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I got to talk to you about something. It's not that big, but it's kind of big. But like, I just need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, fuck. What? He's like, did you go to jail? I'm like, no. I'm good. Like something really good just happened. He goes, because he knows that I do stand up.
Yeah.
Obviously. And he goes, did you get fucking like hired out there? Like what happened? And I was like, well, I don't know yet. And I explained to him what happened. He goes, oh, fuck, dude. He's like, the Laugh Factory? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, man, do what you got to do. And I was like, all right.
Fuck yeah,
I appreciate it. So then I call my girlfriend. And I'm like, I lead with the good stuff, obviously. I did really well.
You call your boss first or your girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, my boss.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because that was... I'm not going to go to my girlfriend with, I'm going to be back next week, and then call my boss like, hey, just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
That was my mindset. So then I call my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, this is like... And I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm borderline in tears. And I'm like, hey, the Laugh Factory really likes me. And she goes, oh, good job. I'm like, no, hey, they really like me. They want me back next week. And she's like, well, okay, we'll figure it out. And I'm like, yeah, all right. So anyway, I'm like, all right, sick. And we talk about the set and all that and whatever.
Yeah.
So then I just go back to the store. I hang out for a little bit, get to see a little bit of stand-up, and then I go back to where I'm staying. The next day rolls around, and I'm like, okay, my best bet is there is a late show at the store, and it's called Set of the Night, and I think it's a sign-up. That's what this says on the website. That's my best bet. So I hit it Mark Ellis, and I'm like, hey, first of all, Laugh Factory went really well. I got a call back for next week. And he's like, no fucking way. On your first try? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, dude, what the fuck? Good job. And so I was like, all right, sick. So I asked him about the show on Wednesday night, or that night, and he goes, yeah, that's like, it's a sign-up. So I go, and it turns out it's not really a sign-up. It's a sign-up, but you get an entry with every drink that you buy. And I'm like, okay. And this is really annoying for the girl running the cashier, and I apologize to her, but I explained to her why I was being annoying. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I do want most of this trip to be a tax write-off, and you can't write off booze. So I was literally doing Coors Light water. I ended up buying like 7 drinks or something. Oh, shit. I'm like, I'm doing a comedy store. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I don't give a fuck.
You're there, dude.
But I also see the amount of people that are there. And I'm like, they're doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm watching them do it. And it was like 1 drink equals 1 sign up, or you can buy this like $20 keychain and get 5 sign-ups. And I was like, well, I'm not doing that. But I'll do this. And then my buddy Nitty, I ran into him again, and this other comedian, I forget his name, but they're very nice to me, and they both gave me like 2 or 3 signups too.
Nice, dude.
Because they had their tickets, and they're like, yeah, we work here. Like, we don't need to do this fucking show. Like, you need it more than we do. Best of luck. So I was like, thanks, guys.
That's pretty cool of them.
Yeah, and it was funny, but like, by my 4th water, I asked, the girl was like, why are you all do you care that much about a hangover? And I was like, no, they're all separate charges because the waters are tax write-offs.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you're smart. I thought she was about to call me Jewish, but no, she called me smart. So then,
that is a smart way to do it, though.
Yeah, well, I gotta make your money when you can. So then we go into the belly room, and the belly room sits about 65 to 70 people, and it's like behind the Comedy Store. It's attached, but it's like behind, and you go up some stairs, and it's clearly like training grounds for headliners. And they literally have people headline the belly. No, I shouldn't do that in quotations. They headline the belly room. And that's where you train the headliners to go headline the main room. So in the Comedy Store, you have the OR, which is the original room. You have the main room, which is the big room. And then you have the belly room, which is the smallest. The OR sits about 125, 100-ish. Main room sits about 250. And the belly room is about 60, 65.
Okay.
And you are not allowed to play the original room unless you are a paid regular. The only way you get in there outside of that is potluck.
Okay.
And that's like, if you look up pictures of the Comedy Store, you'll see pictures of the main room where they have like the LED like posters of like Groucho Marx or whatever. But you'll also see like in LED signs in a clearly in a comedy room where it's like Joe Rogan, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, David Letterman, and Jim Carrey.
It's fucking sick, dude.
So that's all in the OR. So you can only play that room if you get potluck or if you get, or if you're a paid regular and your fucking name is on the wall.
Yeah.
That's how you get into the OR. And that's, to tie up that loose end, that's how important potluck is. Like, that is like the thing for aspiring comedians, right? Like that in LA, like that's it. Which is why that guy was so upset. So we go to the OR and it's packed. It's only comedians in there. And talk to any comic you know, the hardest room to play outside of a room of like maybe 2 people, obviously, is a room of just comedians. Because at least you can talk to the 2 people. Those comedians don't give a fuck what you have to say. Especially in there.
Out of all places.
Yeah, they're waiting to go up. You're lucky if they pay attention to you.
Shit.
So,
oh man,
and they don't have a lineup for this show. And to show you again how important potluck is, traditionally how the show is set up is you go through 30 to 35 comedians. And again, everyone's putting in their name multiple times, and there's at least 60 in there. So you already have, let's be generous and say a 40% chance, right? Maybe 35% chance, something like that, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And it's set up to where, okay, you are going to do 2 minutes. If you do well, you'll move on to the final 4, where you do 3 minutes. If you win out of the final 4, you know what your reward is? A guaranteed spot on potluck.
Okay.
That's how important fucking potluck is. So, so then, they're like, all right, let's start the show. Oh, no, sorry, no. Before they start the show, they're like, okay, we have a lot of people signing up, so we're not going to do the traditional format. Whoever has the best set wins potluck.
And who determines the best set?
A judge, like a panel of judges.
Okay.
That are also paid regulars from the store.
Got it.
So one person, not 4 with the chance, 1. So then they start going through the sets. And I'm like, okay, fuck, let's see what happens. First guy goes up, does pretty well. Second guy goes up, does pretty well. My name gets called. Fuck. Shit. So I remember I'm sitting with this guy. I forget his name. We've always on Instagram. I forget his name, but I was like, hey, man, they said no pictures. But if I go up there, take my picture. And if you go up there, I'll take your picture. And he's like, all right, sounds good. Sounds good. So, yeah. Anyway.
At least you weren't the first guy up there, man.
Oh, fucking for real. Oh, I probably would have pissed myself. Because, dude, it's literally like, not only are the seats filled, there's people standing in the back. There's people, because there's like a small area on the side with booths. That's where I was sitting. It's packed up there. There's small steps to go up to where there's like a seating here. That's where all the judges are sitting. And then there's like people standing on the stairs. There's people standing back here. There's people standing in the back. Like, there's probably actually like 70 people in there. In a tiny room the size of this garage, maybe. Like, if you knock down that and expanded it out to make it parallel, the size of this garage.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, so I get called up. I do 2 minutes. Murdered. Yeah. Murdered, dude. Killed. I killed in there, dude. And then so I get done, and big ol' applause. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I go sit down. I'm like, hey, dude, I'll stay. He's like, good fucking job. I'm like, thanks, man. I'll stay for your set. He gets called up like 30 minutes later. I take his pictures. And I'm hanging out, and I'm like, dude, I have to drive back to fucking Albuquerque tomorrow. I can't stay to find out if I won. And even if I did win, like, I can't do Monday also.
Yeah.
I can't. And even if I wanted to do Monday, I could ask my buddy. Like, it's not that important to me. Okay. I stayed till about 12:30, and they've still going through comedians. I'm like, all right, I got to go. So I leave.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the Comedy Store, dude. It was a lot of fun. The original point, I guess, that I was making with all of this was just like, be ready for the fucking opportunities that you have. Because, dude, I don't even want to think. Like, I would like to believe that I would have recovered mentally, like, as far as stand-up goes. It would have ruined my life. But as far as, like, stand-up, my confidence in being a stand-up goes. Mm-hmm. But if I would have bombed for 2 minutes at the Comedy Store, dude, like, I'm not saying it would have stopped me from being a comedian, hopefully, but it might have. Like, for real, it might have.
Could have discouraged you a little bit.
Well, because I recognize how fresh I am, and I want to believe how mentally fortified I am and how much I love stand-up and all that, but, like, I hold these things that, like, I care about this shit so much, and I hold places like the Comedy Store in such a high regard, and obviously people bomb at the Comedy Store, like, it happens, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Not me. Like, I don't want that to be me. I want to be able to say, and now I can, that for my first try at the Comedy Store, I killed.
Yeah.
I didn't just get by. I murdered.
Yeah.
And I murdered so. I don't want to leave this detail out for my own ego. Truly, for my own ego. Literally, as the night was going on to that set, there were like 3 times where the judges were like, "Oh, we were having like." Well, the first time they said it, they're like, "Man, normally this show kind of sucks, but we're having some good people." And the other one was like, "Yeah, that dude from Albuquerque though, he was really. Where's he at?" And I was like, "I'm right under you guys. Hello."
Yeah, dude.
And that happened like 3, like total. I saw 2 more times where they're like, "Yeah, that guy was good. Hey, Albuquerque, you still here?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're really fucking good. Stick around." And I probably should have, but like whatever. Like I had to drive 14 hours.
Yeah.
There will if that opportunity came up, there will be more opportunities.
Yeah.
Like I'm confident in that. But man, if I would have fucking died that first time, dude, I would never wear the Comedy Store shirt that I bought. And let me tell you, I bought that shirt fucking prematurely. I bought that shirt on a Tuesday night and my set was Wednesday.
Yeah.
I bought it prematurely. And that was a great show. I got to go sit in the main room. I bought tickets. I didn't get to go. But like I bought tickets and I went. And it was a long ass line. It was probably like a 3.5 hour show and I stayed for like 2.5 of it. It was a long show. But dude, like Nikki Glazier, fucking Eliza Schlesinger, fucking Tim Dillon. Oh.
That's crazy,
dude,
bro.
Tim Dillon, he went out there. Fucking Auntie Tim is a killer. Dude, he leveled in that place. He was talking about horrible shit too, like the Epstein stuff and the like the LA fire. Like LA fires, and dude, it was a great trip. And I think about that stuff and I'm just like, obviously, and again, just being transparent, I think about it to boost my ego, and I think about it to give myself confidence, and I think about it to like remember that you did these things, you can do more cool things, like keep going. But then it's also like when I get nervous, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're nervous to do this thing because you've put this show together, or like you want to do well, you're trying to material, whatever. But you also did well at the Comedy Store, so even if you bomb, it's like you can do it.
Yeah.
And so like to talk about me bombing, oh my god. Went out to Austin this last weekend.
All right, let's hear it, man.
So I go out there and I have 2 shows Thursday night.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I do Shakespeare's, which is the place where they hold the Kill Tony people. And they set up like the stage. It's a bar. So they set up this big old... They actually set up a stage, which is nice. And they had like the curtains and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. No tickets sold. So they barked in 2 bachelor parties that were hammered. And like a couple of couple of stray people.
What the fuck?
So I get up there and I'm like, I think I'm a bro comedian.
Oh,
I think I can do it for the homies.
Yeah.
I do 8 minutes. The first like 3.5 to 4 are good. Like not murder, but good. The last 4 minutes were so bad, dude. I bombed my ass off. And like I literally only got, and this is every stereotype you'll hear about Austin comedy, I only got laughs off of calling people gay and retarded. Like that's all I got. And I was like, that's not good comedy. All right, whatever. I was like, all right, it's fine. Who gives a fuck? I'm going to do my friend Allison's show at the Creek in the Cave. I love Creek in the Cave. I've killed at Creek. This is going to be cool. I know what I'm going to do. We're fine. Like, just go over your material. Be confident. You got it. And it's a gong show. So if 3 people light up their lights, you get gonged off the stage. You have 6 minutes, like 5 or 6 minutes.
So you get gonged off if you're fucking sucking.
I got gonged off the stage.
Oh fuck, dude!
Bombed, and I didn't know what was
How many minutes were you in?
Like fucking 2.5. 2.5 or 3.
Dude.
But I felt it. Like, I felt the bomb, and I was like, what's going on? And I even, like, after I
Holy
got away
shit.
from my normal, like, a material that does well, I do a one-liner, and this one-liner has always saved me.
Yeah.
Didn't save me. And I was just like, all right, whatever, dude. And so I get gonged off. And my buddy that was on the show with me earlier, he did pretty well. And I was happy he did well. And I was like, okay, like, he's a good comedian too. So I was like, he's doing well. I'm going to do well. Yeah, there's a couple comics here that are bombing and like resetting the room, and it sucks. But like, fuck.
And how many people performed that night? And where were you on that roster?
It's a good question. Like 13, 15 people. And I was number 12, 11-ish.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not even that I had a bad spot in the lineup. It's just, I don't know. I bombed my ass off. So I was like, okay, well, that sucks. But we have Lubbock tomorrow. And Lubbock was a shit show. Like, Lubbock, like, just the bullet points of why Lubbock was bad. Most of us bombed. My buddy Josh, he did pretty well. He had the set of the night for sure. But even, like, the back half of his set wasn't very good. We had a venue change the day before, so that fucked things up. The producer clearly didn't want to be there, so that fucked things up.
Wow.
The setup for the bar, because if you're doing a local show, I don't want to brush over this. If you're doing a local show, you need to do as much as humanly possible to separate it from an open mic. And there was nothing that separated. There was no good lighting. The sound was not very good. The seating arrangement wasn't changed. Like, there's little things that you can do to set up the show to be A, more professional, B, better for the audience, C, better for the comedians. And they did nothing for it. So we go up there and, yeah, dude, just everybody's fucking bombing. And the fucking producer that was also the host of the show, he looked fucking homeless. He smelled bad.
Oh, shit.
He wasn't presentable, and he just bombed for 12 minutes up front. And then in between every comedian, he was doing like 2 to 2.5 minutes and bombing.
Oh, shit.
So he's resetting the room, not continuing the momentum. So even the comedians that did mediocre at best, all their momentum was taken away so I could go up and bomb too.
That sucks.
Then they added like 5 local shit comedians onto the show, so they kept bombing their 3 to 5 minutes. So I didn't know this, but apparently we had a hard out at 10 p.m. The show was already starting late, and it ran late.
Fuck,
So
dude.
then,
What a shit show.
by the time that AJ's going up to headline, at this point he can only do like 15 or 20 minutes.
That sucks.
By the time that he goes up there at 10 p.m., we're in a separate room. In the main bar room with very thin walls and an open threshold where a door's supposed to be, there's 2 acoustic comedians starting, or acoustic musicians starting their music. So now their music is bleeding in.
Aw, man.
It was a shit show.
That
It
sucks,
was bad.
dude.
So then I redeemed myself, and Saturday night I go down to San Antonio. It's like an 1.5-hour drive. I do a podcast with the general manager, very nice guy, who's also a comic. He just started about a year and a half ago. And he just got done doing the Comedy Store main room with fucking Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, fuck,
And
dude.
then he ended up doing an outdoor amphitheater that's 4,000 people
Wow.
with Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah, and he's funny too. So he's earned it. He's very funny. He's a very nice guy too. His name's Gonzo. Well, Renee Gonzalez, but Gonzo, very good guy. So we do a podcast together. It goes very well. He puts me on the Late Show. I murder that Late Show spot. Oh my God. And where I'm very thankful that it was a guest spot because it was 7 minutes. So that's now my new submission tape for like festivals, other comedy clubs. Like when you send out emails and you send out an electronic press kit, an EPK, a part of that is your tape, which is basically like your advertisement, your commercial of like, hey, this is how good I am at stand-up. That you should watch this.
Oh, okay.
And I murdered.
Good.
Ooh. It was, and they're also a very hot crowd, but ooh.
Yeah.
So good. So I do very well there. I speed back to Austin, and I do another spot at Creek in the Cave. Different show, but same club. And the person who booked me for that, her name is Brittany. I literally hadn't met her. I got booked off a vouch from Allison. But Brittany books me for the show. I do 8 minutes. I met her there for the first time. She's very nice. And I go up there. I do well. I didn't kill, but I did well.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we can do well at Creek. We still love Creek.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. And then I hit my buddy Nick, and I go get food. I hit my buddy Nick Spaglia. He gets done at the mothership because he's the door guy there. So he gets done at the mothership, and he's like, hey, come meet me at Vulcan. There's a show going. Let's go fuck around. So I was like, all right. So I show up with my chicken sandwich, which, by the way, there's a restaurant. If you ever go to Austin, first of all, don't go in the summer. It sucks. Because most of those places don't have fucking AC. And this place does not have AC, but the food is worth it. I'm literally salivating thinking about this chicken sandwich. So there is a place on 6th Street called Casino El Camino. It's right next to the Velveeta Room, which is another comedy club, a great comedy club there. Brother, these chicken sandwiches, I literally had it 2 nights in a row. These chicken tax write-off, these chicken sandwiches are like, it's half the reason I was excited. I was like, not half. I was 60% excited for stand-up comedy and 40% excited for this fucking chicken sandwich. Dude, it's so good.
I gotta check that place out there.
Casino El Camino is so... It's so good. Anyway, so I get my chicken sandwich, and the fries are amazing. Oh. So I go down to fucking Vulcan, and I meet up with Nick and the guys running the show, Isaiah. Very nice guy. And I look at the audience, and it's like 20 people. Clearly, most of them are under the age of 21. And Nick is pretty... He's not drunk, but he's had a couple drinks. And he's like, hey, you want a spot? And I'm like, this seems like a trap. Sure. Why not? So he tells Isaiah, he's like, all right, don't worry about it. I'll bring him up afterwards. I'm the last comic anyway. You're the last comic? That means I'm the last comic. So he goes up there, and he gets heckled to death.
Oh,
this is at 1:45 in the morning.
Fuck.
This is a late night spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So he gets heckled to death. And he's like, you motherfuckers, I just got done killing for 30 minutes at the mothership, and I'm here to die. All right. Your next comedian's very funny. It's a good friend of mine, Noah Vargas. I get up there. And it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing material. I'm just going to fuck around with these people. I'm going to be mean. I never get to be mean on stage because Albuquerque's not like that. We don't have late night spots.
Yeah.
And these guys are mostly drunk, and they're all under the age of 21, so I got some jokes for that, and I'm just going to be a dick. These are all clearly people out of, like, College Station. They go to A&M or something, or maybe they go to UT Austin, whatever.
Yeah.
I said some things on that stage I can't repeat on your podcast because I care about you as a friend.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't want you to be demonetized or, like, flagged on. I'll get you flagged on YouTube. I said horrible things on that stage, dude. It got so... I was making the staff and the comedians laugh. I made a couple of them laugh, too, that, like, hated the other people that were heckling.
Yeah.
Because there was a group of them that were heckling. And I just I said horrific things. And I was making them, other people, laugh. But then they got to a point where they were like... I said a couple specific things over and over. And one of the chicks was like... do you just want us to leave? And I'm like, yes. You heckled my friend to death. You're clearly here illegally. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait. And I was like, no, you're not hot enough to do that. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Get the fuck out. I'll say one thing that I said to this guy. This has become like my go-to line for drunk hecklers. So there's one guy. He was usually like 20 years old. He was hammered. He was the main dude heckling that was encouraging the other hecklers. So he was like the kingpin of the hecklers.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, are you drinking tonight? And he kept trying to fuck me. I'm like, no, are you fucking drinking tonight? And he goes, yeah, I've had a couple of drinks. I'm like, good. I hope you drive. and then everyone else started like, and I'm like, no, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
I hope you drive. I hope you hit a family of 4, and then I said some horrible things after that. I'm not going to repeat. So they end up walking.
Holy shit.
So they end up walking, and I looked at the other group of people. There's maybe there wasn't 20 people. There was maybe 15. 7 of them walked. So there's like 8 of them left or so. And I turned to them, and I'm like, "Are you guys ready for a comedy show?" And they're like, "Yeah." So it ended in like 2 minutes, and I got off.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. And then the guy that was running the show, Isaiah, he's like, yeah, it was a great he messaged me, that was a great late night set. Let me know when you're back in Austin. We'll get you on a real show. And I was like,
Fuck
thanks.
Yeah,
and I was like, thanks, man. But I never get to fuck around like that. And there's some words that are horrible to say on YouTube that I've never said on stage, first of all, because that's not my comedy.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I get to be a 1970s, 1980s comedian tonight. Okay, yeah, fuck these people. They're not filming me, and if they do film me, I'll get down there and I'll grab their phone. What are they gonna? I can fight these people. I don't give a, they're 20. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I literally just sat on the stool with my beer and just fucked it. I could have brought my chicken sandwich on stage. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of mad that I didn't bring my chicken sandwich on stage because by the time I got off, it got kind of cold. So I was like, fuck my chicken sandwich. Yeah, dude, comedy's fun.
Yeah, man, it is, bro. And like the more unfiltered you are, the more hilarious it's going to be. And obviously, there is a lot of things that you can't say, which would hinder a lot of people online and stuff like that. But that's why for like bigger shows like that, because I've been to like Kevin Hart shows, I've been to different shows where they take away your phone so that you're not filming their shit, so their shit gets leaked or whatever. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the shit that you're not going to see online on comedy specials, whatever, is going to be like the most hilarious shit you ever fucking hear, dude.
And people get upset about the phone thing, and like I think it's a good thing. Like it's the yonder bag, right? Yeah, they yonder bag your phone at Mothership. They yonder bag your phone at the Comedy Store. And there's 2 reasons for that. Obviously, because they're saying some crazy shit, like especially Tim Dillon. And if you put that on stage, the lefties are like, he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
But it's also like the bigger reason, honestly, and this isn't really like talked about too much. And it's not for any. I think the only reason it's not talked about too much is because like people just don't know because they don't like do stand up, like, which is fine. Like why would you think of this? The reason is because even at the headlining shows, like the big Kevin Hart shows, a lot of that, not a lot of it, but there's some jokes in there, especially at the clubs, but even at the headlining shows, where that's not the final version, especially with like Kevin Hart or like a Shane Gillis or like the major comedians, the final version of those jokes are in their specials. That's why they're specials. Mm-hmm. That's the final version. Kevin Hart is so fucking famous that going on the road for him is playing arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's going on the road for him.
Yeah.
Like, they're forming their jokes and they're writing them and rewriting them. They're forming their material. Mm-hmm. So they don't want these, like, let's say they do a joke and one of to them it bombs. Maybe to the audience, like, oh, that was pretty funny. But to them, it's like, oh, that doesn't work well enough. I need to keep working on it. And that, let's say they have a show where something bombs and it gets leaked and put on the fucking internet. Oh, Kevin Hart's fucking washed up now. He sucks. He fucking... No, dude, that's like the C version of the joke. Wait a year for Netflix and the A version of that joke. Judge them on the A version. Like Tony Hinchcliffe. His last special was dog shit. It was horrible. Judge him on that.
Yeah.
Judge him on that. Don't judge him on like the club stuff or the whatever. What they consider a Netflix special. Judge them on that.
Yeah.
And that's why you do the yonder bags and the taking away of the phones for sure.
Yeah, man. I look forward to the day because, I've been to a few of your shows, whether you're opening, whether you're, featured. But I'm still looking forward to the day, and I know it will come, bro, where you headline.
Thanks, man.
So how long will you think that general setting is going to take place of you headlining here in Albuquerque, and then we'll obviously go on beyond to other states.
Good question. It'll be a few years.
Okay.
It'll be a few.
Yeah, because you said you're still a baby, quote unquote, right? You're still getting seasoned.
Yeah.
Right. You've only been in a few years, and you just got to work your way up like everybody else. But generally, in reality, how you still think it's a few years before you headline?
Yes, because again, not to sound pompous, but like.
Yeah.
So I take it. I take comedy very seriously. Like truly, I take it like very, very seriously. And headlining to me means something. Like, if you are a headliner, to me, you are doing at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. Everyone starts somewhere, and you... Like, if I had to, like, call somebody out who's doing it really well right now, is Zach Abeda. Excuse me. He's doing it really well because he's gained an audience in Albuquerque that wants to come out and see him. He regularly sells pretty good ticket sales at his shows, and he works with a great venue over at Marble, and so like they are specifically coming out to see him. Like he has gained a fan base over the years, and he's funny. Like he's gotten good at it. So I want to gain a fan base in Albuquerque and have them like follow me along the journey to headlining over the years, so that when the time comes, if I could get like 40% people that have been following my stand-up and 60% people who just like saw tickets to a show or like got barked in or whatever, that'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
That would be like a good case scenario for 40%, 60%, right?
Yeah.
And also, so you're 45 minutes of material at least. I'd like to do an hour. Mm-hmm. But 45 minutes at least. And selling tickets. And I don't want my first headlining gig to be a bar or a brewery. I want it to be a club. I think what would be really cool, I don't know how realistic this is as far as like if the venue would go for it, because you wouldn't have to sell that many tickets, especially compared to a comedy club. I would love for my first headlining show to be at Launchpad.
Oh, okay.
I love that venue. It is dirty. It is dark. It is packed in. I think that, and it wouldn't take that much. All you have to do is just don't play fucking music in the front room for an hour and a half of your time. That's all I'm asking for, is an hour and a half of your time. You don't play music in the front fucking room and tell people to keep their mouths shut so you don't travel the sound in. You put up a curtain. You've been to Launchpad, obviously, right?
Yes.
Where it splits from that last booth into where you get to the showroom.
Yeah.
Put a fat curtain. I'll buy the curtain. Put a fat curtain there. You get like 15 people or so on the top balcony, and you put like 60 to 70 seats in that main area and have standing room if you can do that or whatever. Just fit as many chairs as you can. Put chairs on the side if you have to. Let people sit on the rafters. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I would want to do that because A, it doesn't require a ton of ticket sales. At most, I would need 80. That's not that many.
Yeah.
So 80 ticket sales. I love the venue. I love Launchpad as a venue. I think it fits my style, like with the way I look, the way I dress, the way I act. I just think Launchpad kind of fits my style of comedy. You saw what happened when I get to a little bit of 20 minutes. You didn't even hear the long. You got your show because I purposely didn't do it because you went to the early show. The early show did not get my like 2.5 minute pedophile joke. That's for the late show.
Yeah.
Specifically for the late show.
Yeah.
So it fits my style of comedy. Not that I'm the dirtiest guy in the world, but I get a little rocky towards the end.
Yeah.
And I just know what I'm writing right now, and if it sticks around, it's like, oh yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna get out there. So that fits my style of comedy, and I just think it would be really cool to set up there. And because like I said with the Comedy Store, you only get to do things once, like for the first time. You only get to do that once. My first time headlining will not be at a bar or a brewery. If that means that I can't do Launchpad because they're not really up for it and I have to wait for a club, fine.
Gotcha.
Fine. Like, I will wait an extra whatever, but I'm not, like, because again, I'm going to keep trying to grow my social media and all that, but like, I'm not blowing that. Like, that is one thing I will not compromise on. Like, because I've seen other comedians, you can debate whether or not they've earned it or whether or not they deserve it or whatever, but just blow up on social media and start headlining clubs.
Yeah.
And I'm just, that is one thing I love hosting, honestly. Like, okay, I don't love it. I thoroughly enjoy hosting. Obviously, I love doing 20 minutes, like to stretch my legs and be a little more comfortable. I hate having, honestly, the worst thing for me about hosting isn't cold opening a crowd. I'm actually kind of comfortable with that now. My thing I don't like about, if there's one thing I don't like about hosting, is just cramming like down to 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But I can do that and it's fine. I will open, host, guest spot, feature. I will do that all day long. Whatever you want me to, I'm happy to do it. Truly, I am not compromising on a headlining show. Like, I'm not. And like right now, I'm not doing a local show right now. Some things went down with the venue that I'm not going to get into, but like some things happened, and I'm looking for a new venue now. And that's the other thing too. I'm no longer, because I've worked with shit venues in this city. I'm not throwing a show just to throw a show. I'm not doing it because as much as I want stage time, why am I doing this? I'm not just doing it because I say I'm doing stand-up. I'm doing it because I want to build a fan base. I want to build my fan base. I want to build my email list. And a big part of that is the consumer experience. I'm not going to give these people a shit experience at the venue. If a venue is going to say yes to me, but I don't think it's a good fit, I'm not going to do it.
That's good, man.
I have my eye on a specific venue that I am almost breaking my back trying to get a meeting with these people that I think would be perfect for the style of show, meaning the production level of show that I bring. And I'm honestly like, there's maybe 2 venues I want to work with in town, and if I can't get either one, meh.
Yeah.
Because I don't, meh.
That's what I was going to ask next, is how you... So if there's spots, right, and I'm not just talking about the 2 spots that you just aforementioned, but like any show that comes up, and I know you just explained too that you're not going to take a shit spot, but if there is opportunities that come across, is it one way or the other where they're reaching out to you like, hey, we got a spot open, or is it you hustling and fucking grinding and like,
no, it's me reaching out to them. No,
okay.
There's no, and that's fine. Like I don't expect that because no venue is like dying to put on a stand-up comedy show, especially in Albuquerque. Like, we're not a comedy town, but also most venues don't think to, so you can't really blame them.
Okay.
But like a non-negotiable for me on a venue is my show is not happening in the open bar area.
Okay.
It needs to be a separate venue area. It just needs to be. Like, there's, even if it means it's an outdoor venue and we only do the show from like end of September into beginning of November and then like end of February into end of May, that's fine. But I'm not going to combat bartenders ever again. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just not doing it. Like, and that's not even like the bartender's fault. It's just I'm not, and what I mean by combating bartenders is I'm not going to be on stage or have a comedian on stage and they're getting heckled by the fucking bartender shaking their drink. Or shaking the mixer to make the drink. Like, it interrupts the show.
Yeah.
Like, I've dealt with that before. I'm not dealing with that again. I'm not dealing with people that are trapped by comedy, where like they're trying to have a drink with their buddy or their wife or whatever, or they're having a meal with their family at a brewery, and it's like, all right, we're gonna start the show in 5 minutes, and they're like, what the fucking show?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
What?
Okay.
What show? And then the other thing is I want to charge for tickets. Now, I'm only charging $5 because I don't think it's worth more than that. But the reason I'm doing that is because I've seen that we can regularly bring in 15. It's a wide window, but like let's say 20 to 45 people we can bring in. At $5 a pop, I can at least throw a little bit of money to the comedians, and I can set some money aside to then pay for ads. I'm not making money. I'm actually losing money on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Or spending money. But I'm playing the long game.
Right.
I'm playing the long game so that I can get my name out there, I can get emails, all that kind of stuff to do longevity. So, get followed on Instagram, whatever. So, if I'm going to charge any kind of money, even if it was a free show, because you're paying with your time at that point.
Yeah.
And you're paying for drinks and whatever. I'm not going to do it at some fucking open bar setting. I'm sorry. So a non-negotiable is you have to have an event space. Because of I need the separate space to focus on the show and the show's not interrupted as much as possible. And also because I'm not a big enough comedian to where I can walk into a brewery and be like, hey, shut down the show for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not that big.
Yeah.
Nobody in Albuquerque is that big. Sorry, nobody.
Yeah, and
It's
I
not
think that's the venues. Like you said, Albuquerque is not a comedy spot. New Mexico in general, but that's what's I think that's what's hindering a lot of venues, right? Is that they're not specifically comedy made, right? Like,
Well, I mean, it's not. It hinders the comics more than it does the venues. But I see what you're saying, and that's why when I'm talking with venues, I'm very clear of what I need from them, which isn't a lot, by the way.
yeah,
Like, I would like them to promote the show. If you can put money into an ad, that'd be great. But like, just promote the show. If you have the, separate event space. If you have that separate event space, let me do what I do. Like, let me set up the venue space. Because I promise you it's not set up for comedy yet. But let me set it up. Even if it's making minor tweaks, let me set it up for stand-up. You want people to come back, right? Let me do my thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you guys how to bartend. I'm not going to tell you what drinks you can or cannot make. I'm not going to tell you guys how to run your business. Let me do my thing. I'm good at I'm confident as a producer of a show now. If given the devices, I'm good at what I do. I can make a damn good stand-up show. Stay out of my way.
yeah. Well, I've heard Rogan say it a couple times over his show too. But the reason he doesn't serve food at Comedy Mothership is so that people are not distracted with the whole eating, laughing thing, right?
Yeah, I go back and forth on that. He is mostly correct. Like I've seen it in my own shows. Like, he is mostly correct, but he's also clearly in a very, very privileged position where his club doesn't need the extra money. They've got that Spotify money. They've got that fucking Rogan money. They probably got that Fear Factor money still. Like, they don't like, they don't need the extra money. But like other clubs, they don't serve food because it makes the experience better. They serve food because it makes them money.
Yeah.
Like, and let me tell you, not for nothing, but that Mic Drop Comedy Club I've only had it. I think they only do it in Chandler, Arizona. But they got some fucking flatbread pizza. Oh boy!
Yeah.
And also, I will say this, just to play devil's advocate. I haven't really thought about this until now, but where food can be, because you want your audience a little bit drunk, but you'll have some people that fucking put them back.
Yeah.
The food, if they're eating food before they start drinking, that'll help absorb the alcohol a little bit. You'll stop your hecklers from being like overly confident, but that's like few and far between. It's negligible. But he is correct about that. Like, because the more variables you add to the comedy show, the worse off you are. Like, truly. So if you're adding food, yes, you have to like you know, I'll go down to eat and whatever. But then it's also like, what if there's a mess? What if there's extra issues to where like roaches get in and then whatever? So like, you're adding a lot of things that you don't need to deal with. But you know, it's again, if you have gotten your comedy venue or your comedy club to a place where your biggest issue is food, you're doing it right. And then, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm wearing the damn shirt. Dude, they're doing it right at the dude, the mothership is great, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody, like, there's some things I won't say because I've been sworn to secrecy as far as Hinchcliffe goes.
Yeah.
But Tony Hinchcliffe removed. I don't know if I'm a fan of him anymore, and I love Kill Tony. I don't know if I genuinely have gotten to the point I don't know if I can watch that show anymore. But like, Hinchcliffe removed, dude. What Rogan has done for Austin comedy, or just stand up in general, but just Austin in general, like he is so rich, and he is so influential, which is more important than the rich thing. He has brought an economy to a city. Like, people don't understand that, and I didn't understand that until I spoke. Even the critics of Rogan that are like Austinites, like locals, natives to Austin, even they're like, yeah, I'm not a fan of Rogan, but like, he's why I can do this as a daytime job now.
Yeah,
because there's, I mean, just on 6th Street alone, I mean, we'll count Roscoe's, it's kind of removed a little bit, but Roscoe's, they've been there for a while. But so there's Roscoe's. Velveeta's been there for like 45 years, but Velveeta's, obviously, they've had a bump up in sales. So Velveeta, Rebecca Trent, she moved Creek in the Cave to Austin after it closed in New York during the fucking pandemic. so they moved it to Austin, and it's doing great. It's technically on 7th Street, but it's literally like you walk down from Mothership to the light, you go up, you go to the right, you've got Creek in the Cave, which I adore Creek in the Cave with every bone in my body, like just unbeatable hang. So Roscoe's, Velveeta Room, Creek in the Cave, Comedy Mothership, Black Rabbit, East Austin Comedy Club, so that's 6. We'll count Shakespeare's, so that's 7. Narbar, they do shows in the back, and that's a fun venue. It's not really like a comedy club, but it's a recognized space for comedy. They do fun shows in the back. They're a lot of fun. So Narbar. Oh, the Green Room, which is like way down, but like Green Rooms, that's 9. They do regular shows there.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, how could I forget? Red Band's Club. Sunset Strip Comedy Club, that's on 6th Street. I'm missing one. Roscoe's. Where have I sent EPKs to? Roscoe's, Black Rabbit, East Austin. Maybe that's it. Okay. Just off the top of my head, I don't live in Austin. I've spent a total of maybe 2 weeks in Austin. 10 spaces to do comedy, which is ranging from Shakespeare's, which is like a bar show that does pretty decently, to one of the biggest clubs in the world. Within walking distance, dude.
Yeah.
And guess what? All of those spaces have comedians, employees, I mean, paying customers.
Yeah.
It's a comedy ecosystem. Like, Austin used to be the space for music. I'm not big. I love music, but I'm not like big in like the intricacies of music or whatever. But I knew Austin as a music space.
Yeah.
And now it's a comedy city.
Yeah.
Look at Nashville. Nashville is known for country, will always be known for country. But guess what's happening? More comedy is moving there. And guess what's happened to the country scene? Now people are looking at Nashville country as pop country and as like fake country, and you know what I mean? Like not real, whatever real country means,
right,
which I'm not a huge, I enjoy country, but I don't like know enough about it to really talk about it.
Yeah.
But from what I see, people are looking at Nashville as not real country anymore. Well, let's talk about Nashville in 3 years when it has a couple more comedy clubs. Theo Vaughn is still there. Nate Bargatze is still there. And more people keep playing those theaters. And the only issue Nashville has why there aren't more comedy clubs is because it's not ran by a bunch of dirty liberals. So the businesses can stay there. So venue spaces aren't opening to be rebuilt into comedy clubs. That's really it from the comedy side. Check in on Nashville in 3 to 4 years and see how much more comedy is there. Like, we are living through the biggest comedy boom since, 20 20. When did Rogan go back to the Comedy Store? 2014. Around
that
there.
time, they're around that era, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it
we
was
are
around that time.
living. But even like comparing to that, we haven't seen a comedy boom this big since like the 70s or the 80s. Mm-hmm. Like we like it. Like Austin's fucking great, dude. And I don't know how we got on that subject, but like, yeah, I answered your headlining question. But with venues, working with venues. Yeah, so there's just like there are non-negotiables that I'm strict on, and there's only like 2 or 3. And the number one is that it has to be removed from the bar area. It has to be.
I agree with you, man. And I'm going to put this question on you now. So do you think if you were to get your shot called tomorrow for headlining, do you got a 45 to an hour ready yet?
No. No, I'd say no. I have said no.
Okay.
Not to like big venues or anything, obviously, but like just like local stuff. I've said no.
Okay.
No. I have the fucking goodwill to say like, and just common sense just to be like, no, I'm not ready for that.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to put myself in a position where like I can't win. Why would I do that to myself? Like, getting asked to do, or getting picked to do 2 to 3 minutes at the Mothership, Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, that's fucking great. But I'm confident that I can do 2 to 3 minutes of good comedy that's going to blow them away, right? The best to my ability. I'm confident that I can do that. Headlining? No. Because then it's like, because again, like I said earlier, you only have the opportunity to do things once.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bomb my first headlining. Like, I'm just not going to. If I don't feel good about it, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Like right now, if I got stuck in a comedy club and they were like, you need to do as much time as humanly possible without crowd work. And obviously I had like prep time or whatever. Mm-hmm. I could scrounge together like 28 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
At most. But it's not going to be stellar.
Okay.
Like, it's not going to be like... Now, obviously, I'm going to strategically put my material where, like, the weaker stuff is sandwiched in between the bigger stuff and whatever, or the better stuff or whatever. But, like, I'm real comfortable at 20 right now.
Okay.
Because I can work, like, the bits that need work, I can put them towards the middle, and I can add and take away, and I can play around, and I can whatever. Once I start getting towards the 25, I'm like, because I'm not a crowd work guy. I'd like to get better at it, but I don't count crowd work as time for me. So I'm just like, 25 minutes, you're pushing it, but you asked me to do 20, I got you.
Okay. So, and then I asked you another question about headlining earlier, too, is like, when do you think you'll be ready for it? You said a few years still down from here. Mm-hmm. At what point in time, when you're stretching that few years coming up, do you start working on that 45 to an hour to
right
make
now.
sure you're prepared for it?
Right now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's right now because so for me, like, what I've noticed has worked with stand-up is, like, you have an idea. Okay. So I have a joke, setup, punchline, tag. There's a lot of fat back here on the setup, intentionally. Like when I'm talking about literally writing it on my notepad. So I have a lot of fat back here, here, and I got like a couple, like literally a sentence and a half here. Okay. Well, I will try the joke out as it is, and it will bomb. I'm okay with that. Like on an open mic. Like I'm okay with that. I'm not here to get laughs. Laugh if it's funny, whatever, but I'm literally here to say it in public, to see how it feels falling out of my mouth, see the reaction of the people that are in front of me, and then I take that recording on my phone, I go back to my notepad, and I'm literally like, if I were to show you my notepad that I haven't already ripped out with jokes that I'm not, or like versions of jokes that I'm not using, but like I have lines on there that I'm clearly like, this is fat on the joke. Yeah. You'll just see crossed out lines. So like, okay, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, that's good. This is good. Keep this. Tune up. Okay. So take that formula and apply it to the entire set, right? So as I'm adding things to my set, I'm like, okay, well, what's the through line of my whole set? Because I'm new and because it's easy, I'm talking about me. I'm not doing 20 minutes on my set or on a subject. I'm doing it on me. So it's like, how does this all tie back to me, my life, my whatever, right? That's where all comedians start. It's also the most relatable and yada, yada, yada. So as I'm adding things to the set, I'm adjusting their position. I'm adjusting like the transitions. Sometimes I don't even have a transition. This is the next joke.
Yeah.
This is the next joke, because sometimes it's funnier that way, but other times, not that clever yet. Sorry, guys, we're going to the next joke. So then it's like, okay. You apply that logic to the whole set, because basically what you're asking is, how do I construct an hour? And that's basically what it is. Like, I wait for ideas to come to me, or I think about something. Because if you notice in that 20-minute set, no politics.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think that many things right now. Like, there's nothing so, like, I have a couple of Epstein jokes, but like, they're fine. Like, they're fine to fuck around with. I do have a joke about the World Cup that I've now changed to be about soccer in general. That's really dark. It's mean, actually. And I kind of like how mean it is. But I'm still working on that. And then that'll be like a part of the whatever. Like, this is opinion that I have. But like, I don't really have topical stuff. So it's like waiting for ideas to come to me, or observations that I have, or like whatever that I can then flesh out or trash or whatever. But then it's doing it over time. And then like there will be moments. So like I have a joke that I'm working on right now about porn addiction.
Yeah.
And there's a line that I said in the first time that I did it. And it did fine. Like, it didn't murder or anything, but it did fine. And it's a joke. Like, this joke is so like opaque, and no one wants to talk about porn, let alone porn addiction. And nobody wants to talk about it. It's all about like empowerment and being only. But like, this joke is so touchy, and you have to earn so much trust from the audience. You don't open with it, let me tell you that. That it's probably going to take me about 8 months to like get the joke to the point where I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
It's going to take a minute.
A lot of reps.
Now, granted, could that be that process be accelerated if I was in a city like Austin where I got more stage time or whatever? Yes, but I'm not there, so whatever. So, you know, with a joke like that, it's going to take me some time to get it there, and then I already know where it's going to be in my set, so I can like work up to it and then like whatever. But it's, you know, as I'm working on this material, you know, the 45 will come together when it's there. The hour will come together. Like, I would love to get to the point, like, honestly, the plan is like, when it comes to time for me to be headlining, I want 90 minutes of material, but I'm only going to do an hour of it, because that means that's 30 minutes of material that still needs to get worked on, and that still like borderline is good, decent to good.
Yeah.
That can still get worked on for the next hour, right?
Yeah.
But that means that hour is so good that there's 30 minutes that I could have given you that you would have said, all right, that was fine. But I picked this 60 minutes, right?
I gotcha.
And again, once I get to my hour, Netflix ain't going to come calling. So, you know, that means that when I've got my 90 minutes, I've got 90 minutes that I can still play around with and mess around. Because again, most of my sets aren't going to be an hour or 45 minutes long. They're going to be 5 to 20 minutes long. So that means I have 90 minutes to pick from for this 10 to 20 minute set.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. I like that. I like the concept of what you're putting together, how you put it together, and what your mindset is with venues and eventually headlining, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. What's in store for the near future for you as far as podcasting and comedy? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, you know, by the time this comes out, I would have at least already recorded the episode with Deb Holland. See how that goes.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting for sure.
I'm in talks right now to get with Greg again, so that'll be good. I don't want to be disrespectful, Greg Hull. So that'll be good. And then let's see. I've got Farmington and Durango coming up in the middle of August. I mean, what? Today's the 1st already, right?
Yeah, today is the first.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
So yeah, I've got Durango and Farmington coming up. My goal is one of my goals is I really want to get into Denver, but like Denver is hard. Like Denver's a real, like, and then the details aren't really that important, but like it's just hard to get into.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get into Denver a little bit. I did it once last year, and there is a show that I can reliably get on, thankfully, because those producers liked me and they liked how well I did, and yeah, especially back at that point, I had some touchy material, and the liberals up there fucked with me, dude. They liked it a lot. Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
You know what? I'm glad this just came to mind. I write a lot on Sunday specifically. I'm gonna write on this tomorrow. I used to have a joke about toxic shock syndrome. Do you know what that is?
Toxic shock syndrome. No.
So. Cut this out of the podcast because your wife will hate you for not knowing what this is. So toxic shock syndrome is what happens when a woman is on her period and she leaves a tampon in for too long. It literally makes them sick. Ugh. Like they literally start like there's extreme cases where like organ failure can happen, but like they start having like really, I don't know off the top of my head because I haven't written on this joke in a long time. But I had a joke at the time about toxic shock syndrome, and it wasn't making fun of that. It was just playing on my ignorance of the thing, because yeah, most guys don't know what that is.
Yeah. And
I should bring that joke back because I've got like 2 minutes on that. But anyway, but they loved me up there. I did and it's also a fun venue too. So I want to get back up into Denver soon. That's the funny / exciting, but also like the scary thing about being new in stand-up is you don't know what's next.
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, fuck, I don't know what's next. What am I going to do? Where am I going to get booked? Blah, blah, blah. But then I look at my past history. I'm like, okay, you've had at least 1 show a month, 2 shows a month, dude. Like, and if you really feel like you're getting out of motion, you can always go to an open mic and try out new material and you can whatever. But like, I'll figure it out. Like, I've got my eyes on a few dates for mic drop that I really want to do, and like my buddy Cam, I want to go open for him on the road more, and he wants me to open for him more, so that's good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'd love to be able to go do that. As far as the podcast goes, I mean, I'm just trying to fucking like study and like, because I want to get back into a regular habit of doing my Saturday morning shows live. Mm-hmm. But I haven't done that regularly in a long time. But I want to get back into that more and just like talking about current subjects and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I had something else big coming up for the show, but maybe I'm spacing. I don't know. But I've got like fucking 6 episodes that I've recorded but haven't put out yet. So just because like over the week it's been, you know,
life.
Yeah. Well, I've been releasing an episode a week. I record so much, and so. But yeah, man. I'm on. If you want to find the show, it's on all your streaming platforms. Improvised Intelligence with Noah Vargas. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, that shit, and then Instagram, Improvised Intelligence Pod. And then my personal Instagram is Noah Vargas 2. All that stuff is there. I don't have a website. That's why Instagram is there. What are you gonna do? So.
Yeah, that'll be down the road somewhere, man. I'm sure you'll get a shop with merch and all that cool shit later on down the road.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah, man. And any other shout outs or plugs you want to throw out there before we wrap it up?
I mean, that's about, hey, shout out to my sponsor, actually, a Chopped Chili Company. They have some really good chili. Go support them. Tell them I sent you. They're great. I don't know who you tell because you buy it at a grocery store. Tell the fucking cashier, hey, no, Vargas. Like, who the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, go to Chopped Chili. Shout out to Zane. He's a good guy. He runs the company. It's legit. Like, I'm so happy when they give me my restock of chili, and I keep like most of it for myself, and I give it to some guests, but I keep it for myself because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried it yet, man.
Next time you come through, I'll give you a couple jars, dude. It's not the hottest thing in the world, but it's so good, dude. It's so good. Yeah, shout out to them. They're great. But yeah, follow the podcast. Follow this one. It's good. Yeah, that's about it.
For sure, bro. All right, well, you guys heard it from the man himself, Noah Vargas. Thank you again for coming through, bro.
you for
And
having me.
until next episode, man, we'll catch you guys on another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. Peace out, y'all.